All right, let's get right into it.
Um, yeah. Do you care if I duo or do you want
No,
me solo?
it's okay. You can duo. Just make sure you are talking to the whole team. That's probably the one
Yeah,
thing I'll say. Okay, we'll just briefly talk before we start. So, talk to me how you've been, stuff like that.
I've been pretty good.
Okay,
I hit diamond and then yesterday we queued some and now I'm back to plat 3.
okay. How did the whole school
So,
thing go? Did you do that or no?
so I'm actually starting next year instead. I kind of wanted to give myself like another year. I
Mm-hmm.
think was pretty good. But yeah, I'm still like I have a bunch of friends from the college,
Right.
so um
So it's collegiate, right? Yeah, I remember. It's been a while. I won't lie. So I'm having a hard time remembering what roles you played actually.
yeah, so I that's kind of changed anyway. I
Okay.
used to be major like smoke player.
Right. I remember
Um
Omen, right?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of play all smokes, but
Nice.
um it's kind of I don't want to call myself a fill,
Okay.
but I kind of it changes depending on the day. It changes depending on like how my aim is doing and all that other stuff. Cause like if I'm having a good aim day, I'll go like dually or initiator. But
Right.
other than that, I usually
Does it
stick to smokes.
does it change off map or only how you feel in the day?
It changes off map too. I'd say like it definitely, yeah, it definitely changes with map too.
Okay. Okay. And when you did the session, you were diamond, right? From what I recall.
The last session,
Yeah, like months ago. You were diamond there or were you plat?
I was plat.
Okay. Okay. Just making
Yeah,
sure. Uh, just 1 second.
yeah, you're good.
Just updating this. So right now you are plat 3. Peak is diamond 1.
Yep.
Okay. And then we'll just leave it at that. Region NA. All right, so then talk to me a little bit. What are you kind of having problems with? What walls are you hitting? What do you want to improve on?
Um, that's a great question.
Yep. And I
I feel
think
like I'm just kind of
it's
I
important
need
that you know, right? Even if
yeah.
you feel like, I don't really know, I don't know what to say, at least say, like, think, I wouldn't say something, but think of something, right? So I'll refresh the question for you. So, what are you having trouble with? What kind of walls are you hitting, or what kind of walls you want to get over, things that are bothering you, just general problems.
I
Or,
want to say it's the way that I play around my teammates. It's
okay,
not that I don't get trades or I don't like do specific things, but I think my reads on how my teammates are playing are a little off
okay, and expand on that
because
a little bit. What does that mean by reads on how they play?
so essentially like if we're executing a strategy and the strategy doesn't go to plan, where
Right.
to go next is a
Yep.
little iffy for me. So, and it's
Okay.
not that like I'm not adaptable.
Right.
It's more so like it's hard for me to either push the team in a certain direction or
Right. Right. You feel like they're not listening to you? Is that kind of what you mean by that? They're not listening. It's hard to play with them. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't.
yeah, it's a little bit of everything.
Okay. Okay. Um, all right. One thing I'll say off that is, um, I've been kind of pushing this on my students because I think they take me a little bit too literally when I say no excuse. I want you to IGL in every game, every round. But when your team is not listening, it's a different story, right? You're not gonna IGL. They're not gonna listen or do anything, or play off of you or play with you. So I've been telling my students lately where if they are not listening to you, they're not playing with you. You're trying really hard to set things up with the team, set up a play for this agent, this guy, or yourself, and they're not doing that. Then you have to take matters into your own hands. And what I mean by that is not run around, shoot them in the head. That is one way as well. Just literally run down and kill 4 people every round. Um, but that takes a little bit of a different mentality. But um, you gotta kind of focus on yourself more. And I tell them as well, you're actually able to bait if that's the case. If they're just running around in, not even listening, waiting, you might as well use them. Does that make sense? Instead of
Oh yeah.
you putting yourself forward for them when they're not really gonna do anything or care or really want to win like you do. So that's one thing I'll say is you need to have that gauge to being like, oh, this team's not listening. I'm just gonna AFK play by myself, lurk, make plays, kill three people, run around, just kill everybody. If they do, great. Then you use those tools I've taught you, which is make some plans, try to identify what's going on, adjust, adapt, find solutions, so that way we can start winning rounds. If we're losing, if we're up, to maintain the lead, stuff like that. If that makes sense. Okay, so that's just one thing I wanted to say for you, so it kind of refresh your mind there if that ever happens in future games. What else besides
Um,
playing around, kind of reading the team to play with them? What else in your mind? Lay it all down.
I guess more so I've been noticing lately that obviously as you go up the ranks it's gonna get harder.
Yep.
But the second that I hit Diamond 1 and I started getting into queues with, like, higher diamonds and, like, ascendants and shit,
Right.
it really popped off of, like, "Wow, I feel like I can't keep up with this."
Right.
Like,
Right.
Plat, I do fine. Like, Plat,
Mhm.
I'm mid top frag, but the second
Yep.
you put me in, like, higher diamond lobbies,
All right.
it's horrible.
Yep. Yep. And
So,
that's where around the range where people start getting good. Like Diamond 3
yeah.
plus, like, and I don't mean good as in like a mortal type player, but they get solid aim, solid brain, and I'm not saying extremely good, but they get to think a little bit. They get to kind of make plays and get creative, and they're a little bit more advanced. If you intermediate advanced way of thinking, playing, aim is sharper a little bit, crosshair placement gets better now, it's more crispy, right? That's where people start shooting well, not good or elite, but well. Plat, and no one really shoots that well or thinks that well, but so you kind of have to have a mental adjustment there as well. um, I gotta see how you play to kind of see what's going on there. It could be a positional thing. It could be a decision making thing. It could be a mechanical, fundamental thing. There's a lot that we gotta kind of assess. But um, yeah, that's definitely the elo where it starts getting tough, and it gets even harder. Think about that, right? And so
Yeah.
what I would like to say is that I don't know, but you really need to be on your mechanical stuff. And I know a lot of people hate doing aim trainers and range and the consistent warm up and DMing 10 times a day. Not everyone has that time. But this is that point where you either get to choose to get over that wall and start being that type of player better than them, or you hit this wall and you stay here for a long time until you really start taking accountability and being like, okay, I need to start training. And so, and it's happened to some of my students, not a lot, a few, one or two or three, but they get stuck here at diamond. They can't even get past diamond 1, diamond 2, and they still do session. I tell them, bro, gotta start focusing on different things. You can't you We gotta communicate. All these things need to be sharper: decision making, communication, our aim. And so that's something you need to start thinking about now. Um, so that way you can just smoothly climb. Your graph will be like going up. Even if you hit walls, it'll consistently go up, right? In terms of your graph of improvement. But if you are not training, you are not watching pro play, you are not DMing, you are not range, you are not, it's gonna be, and you're not playing, most importantly, ranked, like 5 games plus a day, it's gonna be really tough. So, and I know what your goal is. It's eventually to be a collegiate player, right? Is that correct? Correct me if
Yeah.
I'm wrong. And so that has to go hand in hand with your goal, being like, this is what I want. Be a collegiate player, and I know you don't want to be just some bottom of the barrel collegiate player, do you? Where you're always bottom
No.
fragging. No, you want to pop off and drop 35, and for people to be like, well, who the hell's Moxie? Who's she's cracked, right? And so to get to that point, it takes a lot. You're gonna need to start digging deep with the training, the mental shift, and then also believing in yourself, visualizing yourself in these games doing well, or visualizing a scoreboard, a score screen at the end of the game, and you're at the top against immortal players and things like that. And this is something I did. I interviewed a Radiant player yesterday, and he said the same thing. Visualization is very important in improvement because it keeps you critical, it keeps you accountable by you replaying what happened or seeing yourself in the future, and seeing yourself on stage or in collegiate league and be like, wow, that's what I want, or oh my god, what went wrong here in this round, right? So you got to start incorporating these advanced brain work now, um, to your game. That's all I'll say. Anything else?
Um, Not really. I don't think so.
Okay, so that's that. Let's get right into it. Go ahead and queue.
Sweet.
I'll definitely take a look. We'll also, this is your second session, right? So,
Yeah.
you know how the first one was like boring. It was a long time ago, months ago. So I kind of like it's foggy, but I remember like, and that's what I did with all first sessions, where you're gonna play, you're quiet, I type notes, and after the game we meet up and talk about it, right? So it's gonna be different now. We're gonna talk in between rounds. As you know, not every round. I'll try not to, so that I don't distract you or stuff like that. But we will definitely talk about every decision you make, especially when you die. If you die, we're gonna talk about how you died, why'd you die, what could you have done better, stuff like that. It's really important that we start adjusting your play in real time, um, so that way you can do it yourself. If I show you and we do it together, then you can do it to yourself, because that's what I did, right? Where I would lose a game or a round or made a bad call or this and that. I fucked up a clutch, and I would visualize that moment. I replay that in my mind and be like,
Match
okay,
found.
that was bad. I should have waited. Okay, this was too early. This was too late. Okay, I should not have peeked. I egoed him. Why did I do this? And then I try to fix that immediately so I don't do it again when that same situation comes up later on, if that makes sense. So that's what we'll be doing today. We'll
Okay.
probably be playing 2 games. If they're really quick, we'll play 3. But that's
Okay.
that for how the session will go today.
Gotcha.
Wow, motivation god. Thanks, Q Luzo. What's up, man? Long time, everybody. Long time. I haven't streamed.
Stand in my way. I dare you.
And I recommend you watch this interview I did. It's not too long. It's an hour or so. With the
I
Radiant.
think I
Oh,
I think
okay.
I started watching it. It was the
Okay,
one you
okay.
plugged in general, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was just I did that
Yeah.
interview with him yesterday, and I think I'm not telling you to watch it because he's a Radiant player, but you can get in the mind of him because he was a tier 2 pro, right? He's now a Radiant coach, so he has a lot of good mental advice, and he's human just like you and I. He was stuck and he couldn't progress, and he wanted to quit after 8 months of being stuck in the same rank, and so you can kind of hear his story and kind of get through in terms of getting to where you want to get to like he did. So yo, yeah, you were focused yesterday. Didn't want to interrupt. Yep, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that was a good interview. I actually liked that a lot. Very, very it was very, very awesome. I want to find more guys to interview. That was so much fun. Feels like a show. Oh yeah, also I'll be writing notes. Just not crazy notes, detailed, crazy
Are those
detailed,
our
specific, but
enemies?
we'll write notes.
Okay.
If you have any questions or if you want input, also just ask or let me know.
Sounds good. I'll watch for Dark.
Right there.
Yeah, Costa.
Ready. Trevor!
Too short.
Reloading.
You
Go
go
back,
for
go back, go back.
Yeah, they're thing off this bitch.
Reloading.
Okay. Only one, only one.
Oh, they smoked city.
Nice, man. I'm swinging with you.
Don't
Keep going.
I'm planning city.
You ready?
I'm gonna flash.
Spike
I'm gonna flash.
planted.
Right
Default.
there. Blinding.
One long.
Solo long.
76, close. Close to him, take 76.
One enemy remaining.
Push up.
Damn, those shots.
You're ready.
Holy
Nice.
shit.
Yes.
Okay, decent round. I think the dart on A long was slow enough where you could have killed it. And then also,
I wasn't looking at my mini map.
you can hear me, right?
Yeah, cause he darted.
I was
Yeah,
literally
he darted
next to you
somewhere
the
like
whole time.
here, right?
Right, right. But it still
Okay.
pinged you, so I feel like you could
Okay,
have
because
killed
when I
it.
looked up at the mini map,
And then
I
also,
checked
you know how
out,
you
like,
hold
I
it,
didn't
you
see
held the
it, I was
smoke
like, oh, shit.
behind backside
Yeah.
right here. A, hold it to the edges. I'll explain that after the game. I'll kind of get in a custom and show you that. And then
Okay.
yeah, good flash, default calling it. Good job. Not a crazy round.
He darted.
Wow, there's two outside, eh?
I'm not a
Good
coach, or
shot.
can't really say nothing, but my opinion chooses to build it a little fast.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
I was
pistol round, so
TP long.
I
You're
think
TP
her
long.
disposing it, like her just using it, is fine.
Okay. That's on, they're on.
So what do you think you could have done a little bit better?
Spike planted.
Definitely positioning. I was kind of
Yes.
untradeable there.
Right. And also, it's a very passive position, right?
Last player standing.
Yeah.
You're tucked in hell, and they just came out, and there's no resistance from you, right? You're just you're sitting duck is really what I'm trying to say. And so I'll explain this as well after the game, but I would like you to be close up, start long and stay there, and then manage long, right? You were long, they made a little noise and you fully ran away, right? So and that's a lot involved there, but
Just kidding.
learn to kind of protect space. You're gonna die anyways. You might as well die holding your ground with some honor.
Okay. So what are they again? These two.
What's up, bro? What the fuck?
Oh, wait.
Trying to shore.
I have a shorty. I'm kind of
You
useless.
probably just have something
Long.
They're out.
Yo.
Spike planted. Last player
Let's see on
standing.
your roof.
Super unlucky. All good.
60 on your.
Good one.
That's crazy.
We doing this or what?
Any good Vandal skin?
I have Primordial.
I have Gaia. Oh.
Kuronami.
Yeah.
I swear everybody's just insane for
You're
Kuronami.
so
Yeah.
stingy. You're so
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Whoa.
I think it's the sound. Like it sounds nice,
Yeah.
especially
I like
the one tap.
the Aemondir, or however you say it. The one with the knife on the front. That sounds crispy.
I'm gonna have to see. You might have to show me that one.
Watch this face. You can see.
Alright,
I'm
and-
having a blast. over on
Yeah, it's
TV.
fine, of course, but the timing shit in general needs to get better for everyone who's starting towards high level. Yeah. But she'll work towards that. It's not gonna be instant.
Right, right.
Even with me, it takes time.
Spike planted.
Especially at this level. It's not like she's ascendant 3. You know, she's plat, diamond 1 peak. So
I'm probably
Right
playing
here.
for me. Backside.
yeah, sure. I think you could start dumping your utility there.
You're close, right? Close,
Okay.
right.
Cause
Yeah.
I'll ask you a simple question. What were we trying to do as a team there? Once they planted. Super simple.
retake.
Standing.
Right. We were getting ready or retaking. So and then
You can DP.
is B a site that is very open space, or it's really tight and squished and small space?
I can play A.
Yeah, very tight space.
Really tight. Not many spots they can be in, right? So it's not really open. So that's where we just start dumping our utility. Throw it back, throw a stun backside flash, and just start running out. Or tell your team so they start doing it and you bait them.
Okay.
What did I just say? That's crazy.
Nothing C.
I'm back as RB.
I'm darting in.
You check your cam.
He's running short.
They're hard in.
Yeah, I'm playing
Yeah.
too.
Gotcha.
Stunning default. Ah, shit. Here we go.
What do you think about your stun?
Last player standing.
Nowhere.
I think the positioning of the stun was good. Stunning default, but the
Maybe a
timing.
little too early.
Yes, good. Good that you can realize that. Okay, it was a bit too early. You stun default. Nobody's out. Nobody is even willing to go out or is thinking about going out. Right? So it's a wasted utility. Even though it displays 2, nobody can act upon that, right? To capitalize and have value there. So I would have waited 2 more seconds for that stun. Or look at the minimap. Look at the minimap. Have your stun loaded on default. They start coming out spawn, then you stun.
Yeah, they're going to.
Okay.
And I like your thought process of giving up the site, because I was like, oh, she should leave. And you did, so that was good.
No one's C. Grass. Grass.
Like I never left.
Nice.
Spike down mid. One enemy remaining.
I know.
Shot.
Done here.
So get used to kind of peeking A long. You know how you're A long, but you never peek.
Yeah.
And so if you peek sometimes, or you hear there's no noise, or you know nobody's coming, we can walk down and take space on them. Like, remember what I told you on with Omen, right? Take space, walk down, right?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I've noticed with
Yeah.
me on Haven is the fact that I don't like taking space for
Because
Haven.
you're
I
scared.
don't know what it is.
You're scared. You're scared of die. You don't know where they are. But when you die, when you take space, you'll get better at it. And I'll explain that further when we get into custom.
Okay.
Get out of my way!
So what are they?
I'm gonna give you a side smoke. Just play around it.
Passing.
Here. Much.
Smoke B.
Running B. Or running garage. Close middle. It's a knife.
On.
That's it.
Rip.
Yep. Just keep going. Oh,
Oh shit.
I
Did I see
think.
him there?
No,
Oops.
you didn't. You didn't. But he heard you.
Okay.
I think
Planted.
you could have kept walking. Was fine. I love the decision though.
Zero TP.
That flank was good. Even though the result was bad, it was good. It just
Oh my god!
a little poor execution. That's all. We can fix that
Yeah.
easily.
Last player standing.
No, good try.
Bro, the three people swung.
You know
Does somebody switch me for A?
I'll tell you. Push
Jet,
it when
jet. Come on, guys, we can't lose this. I guess I'm not that good.
I think also, yeah, that's fine. As a breach, try to think about flash plays. You know, you hear them, flash them and peek, kill them.
I hope he tries that shit.
Yeah, understand. Everyone who has a dream for it needs those things, like
Okay.
understanding game utilities, agents, maps, and more. But I'm not saying you should have them fast. This just needs learning towards better. Yep, it's all game sense and utility usage. It takes time, experience. Those that get it right away either have played a lot of games or they're just blessed with,
Hey,
you know,
hey, hey,
understanding certain
Yeah,
things
very
and how
short.
to use it. But
I'm standing short.
although everyone just needs, you know, some time.
Spike planted.
Pick up the flash here. Flashing.
Flash out.
Dinked, KO dinked here.
Player standing.
Nice try. Good kill on the Sova. So, I think there was a little hesitation there, right? You killed the Sova. You knew you dinked the KO. You called it. You're about to flash. But that time where you're deciding to flash and come out took too long. It took 2 seconds, right? It needs to be immediate, right? The decision, the information processing and the decision making needs to be a little bit. I'm not saying it needs to be mega fast, but slightly quicker. I believe you would have won that round.
Okay. Stunning now.
Passing.
Leave.
Flashing.
Don't peek. 1 HP.
Enemy spotted. A.
Oh, try.
40. 40 on jet.
But you see what I mean, leave, right?
Yeah.
Because you would have
Yeah,
died.
'cause that was one.
Right, and so, and I know you died already, anyways, but did you see how much time you had to stay up by you just running away? Even though you could die by the jet, let's say the jet didn't kill you, you'd be up, and then what did we have at our disposal, do you know, in terms of utility?
At least one flash in the steering.
Spike
You
planted.
also had your ult, right? So,
Ooh,
let's say,
yeah.
for example, you stayed up, and, you know, your teammates die, and now it's like a 3v3 or whatever the
One
situation is.
enemy remaining.
You're up, and there's value there because we can use your ult, and that's really all they need from you to start retaking, right? So, you gotta kind of get used to playing your life, especially when you're 1 HP. You need, like, I'll let you do that. Like, you need to kind of calculate if I can stay and fight at 1 HP or I need to leave. But me personally, I opt to usually just get the fuck out because I know that I can come back later and add some value later down the line. So.
Okay.
And then also, I would have flashed. You stunned, right? Immediately followed up with a flash. That's all.
Okay.
It just took a little
I'm
long.
not gonna cross.
Yeah, FPS games are all understanding the game and pretty much need to have creative thinking, player reading. Yep, all about adapting, you know, finding solutions, decision making, game sense, understanding the game as a whole, not just your role. All roles, all areas of the map knowledge, sites, maps, areas of maps, shit like that.
Smoke, 2 left.
One enemy remaining. Spike down.
40.
A.
Okay.
Nice, good trade.
After we killed the Clove, what could we have done better? In your mind?
Stayed alive.
No?
Or flash.
I
could've
think,
flashed and
right,
swung.
that's what I was looking for. Because you know he's there, right?
Yeah.
That's why you swung him like that. Right, but you
Yeah.
immediately swung where he knew you're there because the Clove dies, and obviously he'll call it out and he'll see you on the minimap. So he knew, he was ready for you. So you gotta start understanding what the enemy can see and know and feel as well. So that way you're like, oh, he knows I'm here. I just flash his ass and I swing and he's dead.
Okay.
He's gonna go straight through the trip deal.
Yeah, we could play retake.
Yeah, I'm pretty chill.
Yeah, pretty sure.
That's on.
I'm ready. We can do
Ulting.
Spike planted.
Blinding.
Push people.
Pitiful.
One enemy
Garage.
remaining.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. Nice. Sorry. I thought I heard garage, but I was wrong. My bad. Really good job.
You're good, you're good.
I think as well after you ult, you could have used your stun, right?
Yeah, to
You
cover
still have
the...
it. Right, anything.
Yeah.
Ult, throw it backside on the double box
round before the
backside,
switch.
put it default, put it long, put it logs, put it garage lane, the connection part with garage and the site. Like, right, like kind of get creative with it.
Feeling generous.
I think default would probably be the best spot though, in my opinion. There, in that specific round.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
Good round though, good kills.
Thank you so much.
Sorry. My fuck.
That's how I want your kills to be. Instant deletions all the time.
Yeah.
I'm flashing.
Flash out.
So they're gonna leave. They saw 3 of you. Okay. So I would just run C.
Yeah,
Okay,
just,
maybe they'll come back.
It's okay.
Hmm. There's no
One more
noise.
flag,
Yeah, they're going B, I
Right.
think.
2 mid, 2
Okay.
3 mid, 3 mid.
I got a flash and steering.
Don't leave me off.
2 mid.
Can you all?
No.
Kill.
KO.
Spike planted.
Clearing out. Trevor.
I'm sorry.
Could be backside.
Blinding.
Last player standing.
Back right.
Okay. All good.
Good try.
It's great that this
Switching
guy,
sides.
he hit 5 shots on me and I'm literally in front of him. Like, he gets more damage than me. Like, what?
It's unfortunate.
He's literally jumping, headshotting me. Like, what?
Let's start towards A, see how many we find. If there's more than 2, we leave.
For
Probably
FPS
back.
games are
They're
all
more-
in general.
they're good.
Like you need to have fast thinking choice making. Yeah,
Like
because the
quick
time of
shot.
kill in most FPS games are so low. Like people die so quick, so it's always like milliseconds. You need to make these decisions, stop processes, stuff like that. I agree.
Just time.
You could even tell them to leave.
Come back.
Dropping smokes.
Passing.
They're taking it.
Yeah, I guess we're taking it.
I can't break.
Reloading.
Dude, like,
Backside.
we let this guy walk out?
Our carrier's dead.
Last player standing.
What is
Spike
happening?
down
He,
A.
he jumped out the window. That's what
Gotcha.
happened.
Yeah, I should have been with you guys. What's on me?
I would opt to make the call to leave. As soon as we saw the whiff done, like the kind of fought the jet, we go up long, they dart, we get stalled. That's where we're like, leave, because in my I know, okay, it's not I feel. I know that they're already running A at that point, right? That's what you would do too, your team, most likely. If they're
Yeah.
running down A, everyone would start sprinting A. So you kind of have to start thinking how the enemy see you guys in terms of on the minimap, positioning, noise. And you can use that against them very easily.
I'm trying to run through it.
Enemy.
Trevor.
Up.
Last player standing. Flawless.
Gotcha.
Sure.
Okay.
And I'll ask a question, okay? Because we're on attack
Yeah.
now. I know it's only been 2 rounds, okay? But what is their rotational speed? Are they rotating slowly? Are they aggressive, passive, waiting around? To you, what can you identify?
Very fast. So we should
Very
wait sometime.
fast, right? Fakes or just
Yeah.
defaulting or just using that contact against them. Oh, they think we're C and we go A now. And they've already rotated, right? Like having that line of thought is very
Behind me.
important in this game.
Yeah. I'm stunning right.
Passing.
Okay. We are out.
Nice.
Flashing CT.
Spike planted. Have one of these.
So dark.
Don't reach him.
Blasting.
Reloading.
Juicy.
Nothing on flank. I'd expect all of them on me.
Both spawn.
Sun and
Both there,
5.
both there.
One enemy remaining.
Trevor.
Yes, good job.
We bring it up the holy bars.
Good, still winnable.
My camera is destroyed. Where will they go to the drive?
We fake A and C, maybe.
For Valorant and CS, it's important to learn the round paces and movement. Because if you don't know when to walk or use the round time and pace, then it's most likely hard to win. Yep. I agree.
I'm gonna buy Vandal no shit.
This is, you know, Valorant and Counter-Strike is such a tactical game, right? It's literally like playing real life. Like shooting in real life. Like you're not gonna fucking run around with your gun. Like you're gonna be a little bit more, you know, sensitive to noise and movement and time.
Honestly, we can
and
cancel out that. They're
situational
nowhere near.
awareness. A
Spike
little bit
down
unlucky
A.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, even this call. What did you call this round to do? Which I like. I like the call.
We all got suppressed by the KO knife, so.
Sure, but what was your call? I don't care what happened. What was your call?
To cancel A.
Right.
Or
It's the
fake A.
fake A and C.
Yeah.
Right? And so what I'm trying to say is that the execution, the setup, could have been a little bit better. Me and Jet, gonna start A. Jet, smoke cross. We'll fake A. Two people sit out C. Cypher, sit mid. You see that difference there in the call I'm making versus you?
Yeah.
You said go A and C, guys. Yeah, true. It will work. But what does that mean? Who has to do what? Which responsibility do people have to have or do? Does that make sense? And so
Yeah.
this has to kind of lie in your hands if you're making the call. If you're not making the call, it doesn't matter because it's not your plans. But if you're making a plan, you want to make a plan that you think's gonna work, you gotta set it up better. Me and Jet gonna start A. Reyna, Clove, go sit outside C. Get ready to walk up when I tell you to. And you constantly look at the minimap. Cypher, sit mid so nobody walks up window and kills me and Jet on A main. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
start kind of thinking about this way of setting it up, not just the generic noob way. So even here, you gotta believe that they know you're A. Okay, going A.
Yeah.
So we have to make it.
Oh, what?
Still right side.
I think we leave this. Yeah, we leave.
You saw it.
We gotta go fast. They know we're leaving.
Imagine being in a war and running around and not trying to outsmart them. Yeah, that would be insane. Like you're just running out in the open, just like you're dead. Like
I'm flashing.
at least in Valorant you can revive. In real life, you're GG.
Off the spike.
Spike down C.
Good see.
Spike planted.
Don't peek. Play guy.
Running.
Left under.
Clearing out. Blinding.
Last player standing.
Unlucky.
Oh, crazy.
Up until that point, I liked how you play it. Putting aftershock either on garage or spawn. You flashed for a little protection, and then you broke the dart. Yeah, that's fine. A little unlucky. The shock dart was really good by him. Just nicked you. I think you're about to come out of it too.
Yeah.
Only
All
brought
good.
enough for me.
So here you have your ult. Let's set it up. Be like, let's go here. Or they want to go somewhere. Just be like, okay, I'm gonna ult this in, guys. So I think Reyna said he wants to go A. So
Yeah. Yeah, let me ult him.
so I would stun long, where they always peek, right? So that way they're gonna have to get up, get out, or stay in there. And so it gives us time to cross or whatever it is.
So I need to dodge this knife.
Okay.
So he's gonna throw a window.
Trevor.
Someone goes through short.
And then get ready to ult out or flash out or whatever.
Alright,
I'm ulting.
Dropping smoke. Enemy
Blind as
spotted
shit.
Yeah.
Careful of heaven. Just get the bomb down.
Nowhere to run.
Advance a little bit. Yep, you're good. Oh, got headphones.
Spike planted.
Get flash.
Floor back,
Flash
check
out.
34, CT. Stun.
Close.
Last player
Oh, heaven.
standing.
Got him.
All good. Let's try. I think your swing was a bit late,
Yeah.
right? Plant the bomb. Flash spawn. Start swinging out that bitch. And also, your flash actually flashed the clove in the corner.
Match
And so if you
point.
peeked, you would have killed the clove.
Oh, gotcha.
But Reyna actually swung. I saw on the minimap. She swung where you flashed. Clove was sitting in a corner and the Reyna died somehow. I don't know how, but she actually lost that. Crazy. Any enemy looking at you meters away, like the fuck, bro, baiting the team against you.
One likes to peek short.
Watch this.
Running mid.
Yeah.
Strong presence.
Get out of my way.
Let's go together.
Making no strong.
Cutting mid sight.
Tossing.
Flashing.
Blinding.
Spike down A.
I have retrieved the spike.
There. Last player standing.
No charges left.
Defenders win.
Dang. Okay.
Give me 1 second, okay? Okay,
Yeah, you're
I leaked my accounts, but there's no passwords or anything. So, and those ones with the password is like these are like burner accounts. I don't even care, but okay, so whatever. Whoops, I really did not want to do that, but all good, all good. All right, okay, let me just log in real quick so I can not just talk about it, but show you as well what I'm talking. Pretty high elo, okay. How did you feel? Talk me through it a little bit.
KD wise, not the best.
Let's not
Could
focus
definitely
on
do better.
KD wise. Let's focus on your wise, like places to improve, stuff like that. What the hell's going on with my Valorant? What the fuck? It's like it's telling me to restart my computer. What? For what? It's crazy. 1 second, bro. If I have to restart, I'm gonna tilt so hard. Cause I have to restart the stream and everything. The fuck? Oh man, this is not good. Okay, so there's quite a lot of notes. We're gonna break them down in a custom. I don't know if he's gonna want to wait for you. It's gonna take 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So
Okay.
yeah.
I think he's got
perfect.
Premiere
I don't need to
anyway,
restart. Great.
so.
All right, cool. Just wanted to let you know because I want to make sure that we kink out some of this stuff I've noticed. Hyperion, this team really bad. Not her fault, to be honest. Just a very, yeah, nobody defaulting. Yeah, the duelists weren't really fragging out or going sewer, which Jet played over. Yeah, nobody went sewer ever. They all went long every time. Okay, let me just start my stuff. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Okay, I'll just read them for now. I'll read your pros first because we won't really explain them, right? So I think comms were active, can be detailed. You're telling, oh, one long, Sova's here, they're in B, right? That's good. Build upon it, get better, be more specific and detailed. Okay, always try to pinpoint how many and who. Those are the main two ways to really feed info well. Is if as long as you're wait, what happened? Vanguard not initiated. Oh my god, I have to restart. Oh my god, bro. Okay, give me a sec. I'm gonna have to restart.
You're right.
Okay, BRB. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Don't leave. I'm gonna have to restart. They can confirm how many are there, where they are, more importantly as well. Right, so I thought that was really good by you. Right? Any questions with your pros?
No.
Okay, let's move on. Let me just log in here. I kind of want to do this in custom. Let me just make this custom and then I will share my screen. and we'll get it going. So first note, very simple. Would like her to hold smokes on the edges, not the middle. You did it one time, but like out of 5 times, 6 times, it's always in the middle. And against good players, you will always lose that fight. Even though, in theory, you have an advantage by holding, right? You will lose because you're not instantly killing them, if that makes sense. And in
Yeah.
this game, okay, you gotta instant. When I mean instant, like you need to kill them before they blink their eyes, or even faster than like fucking 1 millisecond. Boom, dead. Like that's how you have to kill them. Okay. And there are a lot of moments you did that too. That was good. But I want it like 90% of the time. So I'm sharing my screen. Tell me if you can see it.
Yep.
Okay, good. You're playing Breach.
My way. I dare you.
The fuck happened here? There's my computer exploding. Okay, so let me explain this to you.
Those idiots don't know what they're walking into. I'll rattle their heads. You take them out. My ult's ready.
Good. Make sure my sensors. Okay. Change mouse too. Okay, so pretty much, and I'll use this example. You know how that one time you're here by yourself and it was smoked?
Mhm.
You're holding
Yeah.
here, right? How do people normally come out smokes? Do they come out the smoke like this? Ah! No. At the
No.
highest level, I will give you some info. In a mortal radiant level, if there's a smoke here like it was, they will always come out like this, like on the edges of the smoke, or this side. They'll come out like this and then start clearing, right? Because that makes sense. Because when you come out
Yeah.
like this, I have to not only go here, I have to go here. I have to go 180. But if I just come out one smoke, oh, it's clear. Now I just gotta look left and clear out one side because I came out this side. It's nobody there, right? Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
I would like you to, and I'm being really honest. Like once you start playing, you know, climbing and getting better and playing against better players, this tip will get you free kills. Okay, because they're gonna come out like this. To, like, you know, let's say he wants to check this corner and the smoke's like, you know, right here on this edge. He's gonna come out like this to clear this, and he's gonna have to look back. But in the time he's doing that, he's not gonna be ready for you. He comes out, you boom, he's dead, and that's it. End of story. You win, right? And so that's why it seems so small, but this will really add to kills in the long term, where you're instantly killing them coming out smokes instead of you're here, he comes out, oh fuck, and then you're like whiffing, and then he can kill you too. You give him time as well, if that makes sense. Okay. Any questions with that note?
No.
Okay, good. Also, I'll add one more thing. There's so many times, I've done this so many times on streams when I play, okay, especially my elo, where there's a smoke, right, like I showed you, and I don't, you know, necessarily know 100% somebody's here or feel or whatever, but I spam it. I don't care. I'll just, even if I'm a Vandal or Phantom, I'll spam right here. You don't know how many times I get a kill, because how do people walk up smokes? They walk up smokes like this? No,
No,
they
it's
all
usually
come out through the
yeah.
side, right? At my level, if there's a smoke here, like this, they don't come through the smoke like that because they're dead. They know they're dead. They come sideways, and then they come in, and then they have to make a decision to come out this way, or they're coming out this way, like this. And so when there was a lot there, and there's a smoke now, and it's cut noise, I always give it a little love tap on sides. You'll be so surprised how many kills you'll get. You'll just boop, boop, dead. You're like, oh, that's what I thought. And then you build upon that as well, because you're like, you start feeling for when they're walking up and stuff like that, if that makes sense. And that's what I did. In the beginning, I used to never spray smokes, never got kills, never could get these really easy, cool, map hacking looking type kills. Like people be like, how did you know he's there? Right? It's like, I don't know. I'm just love tapping. I'm just kind of just making sure he's not walking up, or, you know, kind of taking my shot, if you may will. Right? So because you'll be surprised how handy this comes when they play slow too, or they're good players, or they're not gonna run down. They're gonna look for a timing and stuff like that. Okay, so let's move on. The next thing is does not need to always play in the same spot. Okay, and I did not actively tell you this in the game because I wanted to ask you a question. I'll ask you the question. In your mind, where did you play the most? I know. Do you know?
A site,
A site. Where on
yeah,
a site?
back site behind truck.
Backside, truck area. Where was more? I think that was a secondary spot you played, like the second most spot you played. Where was the first most spot? Like the first the most you played? Do you know on this site? Which area?
Probably towards long, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right
towards long.
here, right? And if you played against me or other Immortal 3, 2s, Radiants, okay, they would know exactly where you are every single time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you've shown you've played here 4 times. Like, they're just gonna label you, oh, Breach is the A player. And why this is important, it may not seem important, but it's important because they will use this against you later, whether that's in the round to set up a play or, you know, for their planning, a part of their planning, they need to kind of know where people are, right? Does it make sense to really for them to run into a breach all the time on A?
No.
No, especially if you're playing with other people and they can identify that. They'll be like, wait, yo, it's like a breach and a killjoy on A. Fuck that, there's too much utility. Let's just go C. Does that make sense? So they're using that against you because your agent, breach, is his utility strong or weak?
Very strong.
Very strong. And so they're not going to want to play against that. So you're losing value, right? Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
what I want you to do is get creative. Okay, I don't care if you die or it works out, whatever. You will learn, you will gain experience, you'll understand how parts of the maps, certain specific parts of the maps, sites will work. And then in doing that will help your game sense go up. You'll understand how areas are played, how people in your elo like to play it, and then you climb, and then you'll start using that again. Okay, in this elo they don't really do what they used to do in plat. Okay, they're a little bit better, they're sharper, they're more patient. Maybe they don't instantly peak, they might be waiting instead. You get where my line of thinking goes, right? And so
Yeah.
you need to start incorporating not only switching it up, but you know, adding that a little bit of creativity involved with thinking about areas of the map, or just understanding how it's played, game sense part. Okay, so you know, sometimes I told this to another student the other day. I'm like, start A, okay, sometimes show A, okay, and then the next round go B or start short. Okay, and then go B, and then maybe the next round you want to come back, and then the next round after that you go C or garage, and then the next round you come B, and then the next round you go on site on C. Next round maybe you'll go back to B. Like, you fucking have to be really creative, and throw even yourself up. You just gotta randomly choose sometimes. That's what I do sometimes when they have a read on me. They kind of know where I'm going. They kind of fear me. They don't want to play into me. I'm like, okay, time to switch it up. So I just randomly, okay, I'm gonna go see this time. Okay, but usually that's where it starts. At my level, Radiant level plus, at the point I am at now, I actively think, where do I need to go so they run into me? Does that make sense? Like, I'll start A, they run into me, I kill them all, and I'm like, they're not coming here anymore. And I like, and I start thinking, would they come B here with their comp and their agents, their playstyle, or they're gonna come C? And I make a calculated guess, and then I go there, and then I'll go here, and then I hear them grass and C line. I'm like, yo, it's a C split, perfect. It confirms my belief, right? My calculated guess. And so I'm ready. I'm always going into them, not playing in one spot where they know where I am all the time and they can run away from me, if that makes sense. Okay? So switch it up, and then once you do that, you'll get better at understanding how parts of the map is played and stuff like that. Okay? Any questions with this note? Good. Let's move on. The next note, a little bit lengthy. Needs to be aggressive at the start of the round and protecting slash managing, taking space off that positioning, or setting up plays for herself or teammates. Okay, for example, okay, we'll break this down brick by brick. Okay, what I mean by needs to be aggressive at the start of the round is, remember we talked about this. I'm like, bruh, like you're always here, you hear them, and then you either leave or you sit here and you don't peek, right? How many times did you do that?
I think I peeked once, but it was because the rhino was
Right,
there too.
right, and that was like a set play. But by yourself, how many times did you just check here or start of the round just come out? Zero. Goose egg.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm gonna explain why this is important. If you start here at the start of the round and you hear one dart and you break it and just run off, what can they do? The attacking team.
They take all the space.
Right. They eat, I like to call it, they eat up what you give them. But if you sit here and you saw the dart, you break it, and you start stunning, or you stunned early, or you flash and you start flashing, you start kind of taking a skirmish, you know, kind of deterring, shooting them, and showing presence, okay? You know, it really depends on how they feel, but they're not going to be feeling the best, right? They're not going to be like, get the breach, get the breach. Like, them running at you is bad because you can just flash and kill them, right? You can, they kind of play into your hands, if that makes sense. So what I'm saying is start here, break the dart, and then start peeking, jiggle, get some information, right? And then let's say it was just a fake dart like he did one time. What can we do? Wait, we can gather information. Yo, it was just a Sova dart. It was a fake. They're going C now, and then you'll see your team running because you're the line of sight here on A, right? And so you start walking and be like, yo, there's nothing, and you confirm it. Yo, there's nothing. Your team starts stacking B, garage, C. You take space, and then you're gathering more information. Absolutely nothing. Yo, nothing mid window. They're going C. They're all C. They're all C. Whatever. Let's say you peeked here. They're all C. They're all C. Right? And so information is money. That's how you have to look at it. In this game, it's money. How much do you like money? I like money. Most people
Yeah.
like money. It's important. Money's important. You need it to pay your bills, spend, eat, whatever, go out. And so we need to acquire money. And so that means to acquire space. Because if we get here and not die, what does that mean?
You have all the space.
Right. But where generally, you know, do we know where they are or no? Can we narrow down where they are or no? The enemies.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's the money aspect. That's the information. When you get down here, because you started close and wasn't passive and you decided to always kind of challenge this, have a presence, and then to walk down because they're not there anymore. Different story if they're there, you can fucking run off or fight it or, you know, stay here and get ready for a play. But let's say, you know, you started here, absolutely no noise, no dart this time. Now you're like, wait, there's nothing. And then you start being aggressive. You start eating up space they gave you. Just how they ate the space you gave them. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
sometimes it's a push and pull, but the best players, Radiance and the highest level players, go watch pro play. They are able to eat up space when they know, or you know, they've gathered information to help them do so, and then they automatically pinpoint where the enemies are. I don't think I think I taught you this too. I don't know if you'll remember. It was a long time ago, but remember, work in thirds, right? The rule of thirds. Okay, generally this is 1/3, right? B in mid garage, grass window is 1/3, right? C long main is 1/3, right? So if we walk down 1/3, where are they? And not dead.
The other two.
Right, they're in the other. They can be, or they are somewhere in those 2/3, right? Not 100% in those 2/3. There'll be times where you take this third, then you try to reconfirm the second third to clear it, the mid third, and you're like, boom! They're all C, boys. They're all C. It's automatic. We start deducting where they are. Does that make sense, right? And so, off that as well, why that's important to understand how thirds work is because we will generally know where they are. And if we generally know where they are, we can know what their options are. We can know what they can do. For example, let's say you started aggressively A, you walk down, nothing there, guys, and your team starts rotating off. You're the last guy on site. You're the site guy flanking. You clear mid, nothing mid as well. So we clear 2/3, right? And you get to here on the flank. Where are they? Very simple. C. They're C main in this area, whatever. We'll just kind of theory craft a little bit. We won't be too specific. Okay? And now we know where they are generally kind of contained or they are in. Off that information, what can they do in your mind? What are their options from this point?
Either fight flank or push site.
Let's be a little bit more general. So, as a team, what are their choices from here, from C main? They don't know you're flanking.
Oh, just go site then.
To execute C, right? Or
Yeah.
what else? Very simple.
Leave.
Leave. Rotate. They're gonna call to go A. And if they do, and you're here, will you know?
Yeah.
Yes. By either noise, them running, you're gonna hear fucking 5 people running, or by contact. They're gonna all, let's say they walked out. They're walking back and you're walking and you didn't hear them, so you take contact. Either they kill you or you kill one and die, or you kill two and they kill you, or you kill three or you kill all of them. Does that make sense? And your team will see that as well, right? Through the minimap. And so this is why the space taking and being aggressive is really important. And I know you struggle with this because there's a mental side to it too. It's not just a concept fundamental thing to do, boom, textbook answer to do it and follow all the time. There's a mental side, there's a timing side as well. It's got to be quick enough, okay? And then also you got to be fearless. There cannot be any hesitation when you eat up space, because the longer you're like, oh my god, oh, I know they're there, but I'm scared, I don't want to die, and you come here, the longer you do that, the faster you're gonna die. If that makes sense. Because if you just commit, at least maybe you would have got one and died. Or 3 or 2, right? Does that make sense? So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know. It's really important if it doesn't. So do you have any questions with this?
No.
Okay. And then on the top, on the note, I will send you these notes as well, but on top of this, okay, what I meant by setting up plays for herself or teammates, there'll be times you're here, you have presence, and then your teammates walking down sewer, you see that, you're like, okay, you want me to stun, you want me to flash you, and then you can stun for them, flash for them, whatever, right? Or you can solo take the space, or you can do it together, right? There, like, aggressive positioning, aggression in this game, if you do it properly, leads you to having more options to have value and to make plays that's gonna kill them and gain man advantages and control and information. We get money, get some shmoney, right? So this is the time, and I'm gonna be a little bit harder on you now on this. This is the time for you to start thinking about this stuff. Okay, you can't play this game WASD in the same spot all the time. You're never gonna evolve. You're never gonna grow your game sense, right? Your knowledge, your experience, your situational uh, awareness, intuition, instincts. All of this stuff, if you get it good by making mistakes, doing it even if it's uncomfortable, and then building upon that the next time. For example, you're like aggressively taking contact, like, oh, nothing here, nothing A, guys. I'm gonna take space. You take space, and you start flanking, and then you walking out, you're like, and you died from here, right? Like, oh fuck, what are we gonna do next time? You're gonna clear it, and then you cleared it the next time. We do the same, walk down, we cleared it. Okay, nothing there this time. You're you die here. What are you gonna do next time? You're gonna clear both. You're gonna clear this, and then you're like, oh, because I died there before, I'm gonna clear. Make sure. Okay, I died here last time, so I have to make sure, right? And so, and I'm being really honest. Once you start making these mistakes and dying and learning where people play, and then be like, oh fuck, I needed to clear that, 100% needed to clear that, and you build it like that, like, okay, now I have to clear here, because I died from there before, long time ago, yesterday, doesn't matter. It builds to your experience, your level of game. You become unkillable. You expect them there, if that makes sense. Okay, so the only way to get good like that is to die, to go and do it, whether the result is good or bad. And even if it's good, try to think, okay, that was really bad, really risky, but it worked out. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. What was the line of thinking from their side, my side, this, that, boom, 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 right? Does that make sense? So start doing it. I know you're scared, but if I ask you the question, what are the chances you die? in a round? Any given round, percentage-wise. What would you tell me?
Relatively high.
Relatively high. It's fucking high as fuck. If you're gonna die anyways, you might as well die guns blazing or with some value, if that makes sense, right? And to do that is
Yeah.
to be aggressive in your mind. And I know, I understand, not everybody has that mentality or understand aggression to that degree. Aggression is not just shooting people. It's all about controlling it, learning when I need to do it and how, or if I'm able to. And when I do it, I commit. There's no hesitation and I follow through. Okay? So that's that. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, that's that. So we'll kind of move on from this. I hope that really can help your mind open up and understanding I'll refresh the note. Play aggressively, have presence. There's somebody there. You make that decision. I'll leave that up to you. If you have presence here and there's a lot of noise, utility, or they swing and they whiff on you, leave or fight for it. I'll leave that up to you. Okay, but there's gonna be a lot of times you take this presence because you're aggressive on this angle. There's absolutely nothing there, and you start immediately getting money for your team, and then that money evolves to winning rounds and then winning games and building that skill and to being a really solid player where you're aggressive, unkillable, get lots of kill, and you're like a ninja. You can start understanding movement and pathing and the timings of pathing and movement, stuff like that. Okay, so that's that. Let's move on. The next one is she's immediately peeking, throw timings off, or use utility to set up the perfect swing. So fuck, I forget where this was. This was on where did you die to that Yoru when I was like, oh, you don't re-peek him? That was that C? No, no, no. I'm trying to think where that was.
No,
That
that was
was
A long,
A
I
long.
think.
Where? No, wait. I'm trying to think. Fuck. I should wrote down the round, but I. What happened was, you re-peeked the Yoru, and he killed you. I think that was on C. Anyways, we'll just kind of make it like a very simple note. But so let's say for example you killed one here, you immediately peek the second guy because you know he's there, right? Chill, kill him, throw his timing off. Maybe you'll even jump, like you'll even jump peek, get some info. You'll jiggle him, right, or crouch peek him. Just kind of throw him off. But by you going boom, boom, this is the most regular timing ever, like most standard uh thing everybody does, which is even at a mortal level, you'd be really surprised. They kill some guy, they know this guy was here because he was taking contact with maybe his friend or he saw him on the mini map, and he immediately swings. And I'll try to put it into perspective for you. Let's say there's two here, right? And you took the presence, and they both saw you come and they're running out, and then you kind of isolated an angle because you knew they were running, and you kill this guy, okay? And I'll just freeze it here. There's one guy there, roughly, okay? And you kill the first guy. What is happening on their end, the enemy's end, in terms of communication and what they see? I'll simplify it for you. As soon as you kill this guy, what is he saying?
There's one there. There's
Not,
calming.
not just one there, but who?
Yeah.
Right? He's gonna be breach right there. He's long, right? And then what will he do with that information? He's gonna be here, his teammate dies, he even hears you, sees you, and then he gets that call, breach is there, he's gonna be like, ah, and start looking behind him? No, he's
No.
immediately putting his crosshair here ready for you to see if you'll swing. And if you don't, he'll eat up space.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So you need to start thinking, this is really advanced, putting yourself in their shoes within milliseconds, understanding what they see and hear and feel. If you can get, and this is a skill, it's not genetics. If you can build this by being present in your mind to do that in these moments, milliseconds, you'll be such a good player. Like you'll just, and that's what you'll see a lot of ratings. You know when they like rating clips where they like kill a guy, they'll kill three guys, and then the one guy's shooting at him and he's just like on the wall like this, waiting, and then he throws him off and he like kills him. Right? I'm sure you've seen clips like that. Right? He knows,
Yeah.
or he'll like just jiggle for like fucking 50 seconds. Right? Just playing with his brain, like he's playing with the other guy. He's toying with them. Right? They do that because they understand what the other guy is thinking, seeing, feeling. They know what he's trying to do. And so, but if you just go boom, boom, you're dead. At the higher level, you're gonna die all the time. Okay, you may get the one kill, but you're never gonna get that second, and that's where we get value, right? Because I'll ask you a question on defense. If we get a 1-for-1 trade, I kill this guy, then this guy kills me. Who gains the advantage? Which side? Attack or defense?
Attack, right?
Attack. Correct. Right? And so that this if when you build this skill or get better at kind of isolating and throwing people off to get that second kill, even if we die, is it an advantage for them? Is it an even trade?
No.
No. We got 2 and they got 1. Right? So this is where we start thinking about edge and value and just having that overall really, really high level production skill. Like being able to kill 2 all the time, 3 all the time, 4 instead of 1 or 2. Right? And this is stuff you got to start working on. Okay? So that's that. Any questions? Does it make sense? Anything like that?
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Okay, let's move on then. Okay, um, so I wrote she's immediately peeking, throw timings off, or and then I also wrote use utility to set up the perfect swing slash kill. So on top of this note, not only can you just wait here, lick the wall, or jiggle him forever, whatever, jump peek and whatever. Okay, you can set it up, kill this guy. You know he's peeking you. He's got the communication that he knows you're here. Like he's calling breach there, breach there. The enemy might even ping or whatever. Okay, and then you know that, and then you can use timing or feeling or info or whatever, experience, intuition to set yourself up. I know you're looking at me. You want me to peek, and then you just set yourself up. Right, that was a bad flash because I'm rushing it, but you get my point. Right, like boom, and then he's like breach is there, breach is there. Like oh, he's holding me probably, and then you flash and kill him. Does that make sense? Right, you'll set yourself up. Or you can throw the timing off, or you'll catch him with his pants down is really what I'm trying to say. Like he'll be like, "Oh, breach is there. You sure?" He's like, "Yeah, whatever." Because at your level, they take longer to make that confirmation, right? At my level, it's like breach is there. Everyone assumes he's correct. Obviously, if he's not, it's a bad call. But at your level, this guy will be like, "Oh, breach is there," and this guy will be like, "Oh, where?" Like he'll be kind of lost, and then you'll throw that flash out because you know he's there, and he'll be caught with his pants down. You'll kill 2, run away, 2-0. Right? 5v3 now. And then you just back off, play safe, or be aggressive, throw the round. I don't care. Okay, but I hope that makes sense for you. Okay, so let's move on.
Yeah.
The next note is try and understand how and we kind of talked about this already. We'll just briefly go through it, but it's try and understand how the enemy are seeing, hearing, slash believing of us, and use that against them. And I'll use it on the other perspective. That was more of like a micro perspective, as in you using it for yourself, right? In this like fights, 1v2s, 1v1 scenarios, situations. Okay, let's look at it in a more of a macro lens, a team movement lens, right? Like I try to correct here. Remember when you went here, right? At this point, when we go all long running down and we get tagged, or even before that, at my level, mid immortal, high immortal, okay? Once you guys are here and the long guy sees you guys, what do you think he's saying?
He's saying that breach is there.
Let's say you're with your whole team, right? Like there's like a smoke cross and there's 2-3 people coming out. What is he saying?
Yeah.
Right? Oh my god, a lot, 3. It's breach, jet, right, whatever. And then he'll back up, right? Because he's not gonna stand there against 3 people, right?
Yeah.
Especially if he's like a jet, maybe if he's a jet or Reyna. But let's say he's like a Killjoy Cypher, he's not gonna stand here. He's gonna give it up and run away, wait for some help, or pick a really fucked up position to have an off angle or this that. But he's gonna call to the team that there's many, and when he makes that call, what happens to the defending side's movement? Very simple.
Rotates.
They rotate. They start leaning. I like to use the word leaning, as in they start kind of walking, running towards A. They're not fully on A, but they'll be on the way. Right? And so
Yeah.
you need to kind of... This will take time. This will definitely take time. It took me quite a bit of time. Okay? But you first you need to try to understand and want to have the skill, and once you do that, it'll come easily. But once you're here and you see the contact, freeze your mind and just be like, what are they seeing? What are they thinking? How many did they see? That's the next level. Being like, okay, they saw 3 of us. They know we're here. That's me. At my level right now, I'm just like, I'm here. I'm like, okay, guys, they know we're going A. Like, we can leave. And I'll call these calls. I'm like, leave, 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 leave. One guy stay and make noise. One guy will stay long or short and make noise. 4 of us just dip set, and we'll get to C, and it's free. Because as they're moving to A like this, their team is like, A, 3A, breach, Reyna, Jet. And they're rotating. We're leaving. And we're going to C because I made that call because I put myself in their shoes off this contact. Does that make sense? It's super advanced. Okay, this is something not a lot of people teach. But if you can kind of put yourself in the enemy shoes of how they see, think, feel, how many they saw, stuff like what they hear, you can use that against them all the time. And sometimes it's instinctive and intuitive. You know, like sometimes you're like, oh man, this doesn't feel so good, even though you don't have any info or you put yourself in their shoes. Right, you get up to here like, I don't know, like in your gut, you're kind of like, this doesn't. I feel like we're gonna get fucked here, right? Yeah, I'm sure you've felt that, right? It doesn't feel good, and so you gotta act on those feelings. Be like, okay, guys, let's dip. It doesn't feel good. Let's get out. They're probably a lot here already. It's been too long. Whatever. Your brain kind of will calculate this as you gain experience, play a lot, get better, stuff like that. Okay, but I think I would like you to start thinking about this because if you get this down, you'll be immortal in no time. Okay, so that's that. Any questions?
No.
Okay, that's that. Let's move on. The next note is try and use different concepts. Learn how to control tempo. Okay, on attack. This is an attack note. You can't control tempo on defense unless you're super aggressive. That's the only way you can control tempo, the pace in which the round is being played on defense. Okay, but on attack, I'll ask you a very simple question. How well or how often can we control the tempo on attack as a team or individually?
All the time.
All the time. We get to choose so. We get to choose if they have to react quickly to us, slowly to us, medium to us, or patiently to us, aggressively to us. Okay? And so you got to get that in your mind a little bit. I will break down this note a little bit more, but let's refresh your mind as well. I think I taught you these concepts, but do you remember the 6 basic attacking concepts that we can formulate into a plan? Do you remember? It's okay if you don't.
I know. I don't know if I know all of them. It's
Sure. Just name as many as
like
you do know. We'll start there.
defaulting,
Defaulting, faking,
just hitting sites,
hitting, running it down, execution, all same thing. Yep. That's 3.
Does
3.
rotating count as one?
Nah, I don't really, because that's not like a set play. Guys, this round, 5 of us gonna rotate. Like you're not gonna say that, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm talking attacking concepts, like attacking to get on the site or try to get on a site type concept. Yeah, rotation is like a part of that, but like you don't really start off with let's rotate start of the round. So,
yeah, lurking.
Yep, that's 4. Lurking / inserting a lurk, so you can lurk, your teammate can lurk, or you can set your teammate to lurk as well. So that all goes in that category. So that's 4. You're missing 2 more.
What else
Try your best.
Sorry.
You said fakes, defaulting, running it down, lurking. You're almost there, almost home. Okay, 2 more. One starts with a C. Try to help you out, guys. And it starts with a C. Okay, you probably heard that a lot. And then the other one is guys. Actually, yes, good. Contacting. Yeah. Okay. And the last one is more of a concept. We don't start with this concept, guys. Let's do it like this. But it's more of it's used off conditioning. Once we make the enemies believe we're playing a certain way, it becomes like a backup plan, or it could be a set plan too. But that's usually how it goes. Try your hardest. If you don't know, it's okay. You did pretty well. Starts with an R.
Oh jeez. Retaking?
Re-hitting.
No. Re-hitting.
Close.
There we go.
Retaking is the defensive one.
Yeah,
Rehitting,
my
right?
brain went defensive.
We go A. So we start lot, let's say 2 short, 3 long. We make a fuck ton of noise, and then either we walk back or make. Usually at the higher levels, they run. They make noise to run off to sell that they're rotating, and then they get to this point like, guys, cut noise, and then rehit. We're gonna rehit here, guys, and we walk back, right? And I'll break all of these down for you. Okay, defaulting. We spread out across the map to on attack to control, maintain space, to play for picks as well. We play for picks, control space, maintain it, gather information, and then once, let's say, we've gathered crucial information like, yo, there's 3C. What are we gonna do? Let's say we're all spread out, like I showed you, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and then the C guy's like, yo, there's fucking 3C. What's the decision now? Super easy.
Leave.
To go where? Be a little bit more specific. 3 on C. Very simple.
Just go A.
Right. To go. Guys, leave it. Everyone will drop what they're doing in their position and get to group up and to go A. Because there's crucial information that there's 3 here. Does that make sense? And there's probably 1B and 1A. Why wouldn't we take the 5v1 on A? Right? We could also be defaulting. And we get a pick. And that can help us make that decision. Right? For example, this guy on C is like, yo, I got one. And then you can, what are our options now? 5v4. There's a plethora of them, but try to put them on the table. We get a kill here. He's like, I got one. And the whole team's like, good job. Chill. Be patient. It's 5v4.
Could just run it down because you have
Where?
5v2 then.
Sure, but no, in this example, there's not 3C. Let's just say it's a normal setup, like
okay.
one here. That was just a specific example when you are defaulting and you gather crucial information, no kills, right? Because that's sometimes what's going to happen on default. You're not always going to get a kill on default, are you? No, right?
No.
So that's why I'm saying it's sometimes about playing for picks, sometimes gathering information, sometimes just patiently waiting, controlling, managing space. People will walk down, you kill them, then we can make a decision. Does that make sense? Right, so we'll get a kill, and then we'll be like, yo, we got a kill, and then, it really depends on the IGL. Some IGLs will be like, okay, slow it down, just wait, just be patient, let's just chill, let's wait it out, let's see if they'll keep walking down, and etc. Just wait. Some IGLs will be like, okay, take C, go, and then everybody will drop what they're doing and start running to meet up with you, and you might be the first one running down on C because that's the C player, right, etc. So, but do you see how defaulting works, right? We can kind of, there's like options within options on what happens. It's like a situational thing, right?
Yeah.
And there'll be times you default in one of your guys' side. Now it's 4v5 for us, and like, okay, fuck, and then we're gonna have to make a decision with who killed him by knowing who it was and this and that. Where should we go? Okay, like it gets a little bit more complicated at that point, but that's the basic gist of defaulting. Okay, so that's how we can use defaulting, and I'll put a side note that when you defaulting should be like used like 60% of the time. Okay, at the higher levels, when I watch Radiant streams, the standard is defaulting. They don't run it down. That's like the second option in Radiant. They run it down secondly, but most of the time in tight games, close games, sweaty games, or just overall playing against good players, they default a lot. Okay, but in your elo, they run it down. That's the most common thing, right? So you gotta start at least calling it. There'll be times you call it and they don't want to do it, they don't listen, okay, whatever. But at least understand to be like, okay, guys, we need a default here. I think that'll make sense. We just kind of spread out and protect space and play for picks and just play it slow, a little bit more patiently, right? Because then you'll grow your game sense that way, right? Instead of just following them, not even thinking about what plays are at our arsenal, what our options are. And so you have to always remind yourself there are 6 options. Which option fits best against the enemy playstyle, their setup, whatever, the agents, their comps. Okay, you gotta constantly think about these things. Okay, the best players do. And then also, so let's move on quickly. The next thing is running it down. Simple, you just rush, right? Fakes, very simple. It's a misdirection tool plan like you try to do, but the execution was bad, the planning was bad. The call was good, the thought process was good, it worked, But still, even though the result worked in your favor, it was poorly executed. Guys, me and Jet gonna start A. I'm gonna stun this guy on long. Jet smoke the cross, go short. We're gonna make a bunch of noise. We're gonna run up here. Cypher's gonna sit mid, AFK. Make sure the enemies don't take space on us because they believe we're A because we're selling it, and so they're gonna take space to get behind us. So Cypher's gonna sit mid. I'm breaking it down very slowly for you. I would never call it like this. Okay, but Cypher sit mid because when I call it like this, at my level, they automatically know why I'm telling them to go there. Okay, but I'm trying to explain it for you to understand further. But Cypher sit mid. Reyna, Clove, sit outside C. Don't make any noise because if you make any noise, they're never gonna leave C. Okay, we need them to move and lean towards A. So we fake them, and then once we can confirm by other information, noise, utility being thrown, gunshot, different guns being shot, or feeling, intuition, you putting yourself in the enemy's shoes. Okay, guys, then you start walking up, contact up. I will let you know. You can even add that part to it. Doesn't need to be a set play. Oh, in 3 seconds when the round starts, Reyna and Clove are gonna walk up. You can do that, but what I do is I will let you know when to go. I need to make sure this is sold, right? So that's how I would like you to kind of set up the plays, the plan of faking. I want it better. I want it more thought involved. It doesn't require 5 people for you to fake. You need to know that. Okay, I think that's a misconception. Like a lot of people think like, oh, it needs to be 3 to 4 or 5 people to make a fake. No, you don't know how many times I've sold a fake by myself on Reyna. I just throw a flasher, start running around. I'll start shooting my Vandal, take out my classic, start shooting short. They think it's 2 people. Right? It's 2 different guns, so they're naturally going to be like most high-level players naturally be like, wait, it's 2 different guns. That's 2 different people, right? They didn't see, but they heard. They need to confirm that themselves. But that's fakes, right? Any questions with fakes and what I said and explained on?
No.
Okay, so that's that. So we went through running it down, fakes, defaulting. Okay, contacting. Contacting is a concept that most people think it's a concept where it's like, guys, we're gonna 5-man contact C. No, it's not. Okay, it's not a whole team thing. Contacting is more of an add-on concept. You can add it onto a default. You can add it onto a fake. You can add it onto a rehit. You can add it onto a lurk, etc., etc. Guys, we're gonna 4-man start A. We're gonna end C. Cypher is gonna contact garage. Guys, we're gonna do a 3-man contact on A, and they're gonna sell C. Reyna, Clove, or whoever. 2 people are gonna sell C. 3-man contact up A. Guys, we're gonna 5-man contact A this round. Guys, we're gonna 2-man contact mid, and we'll have 3 people defaulting. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now?
Yeah.
Contacting is a concept that requires a lot of creativity or understanding movement, setups, shit like that. It's really complicated. Okay, we can go all day in theory craft about it as much as we want with all these concepts, but I'll leave it at that. So you can incorporate it with your other concepts. That's the beauty of contacting. So many times when I run a fake, I tell them, guys, you guys are contacting. And so they know that. They understand what that means. And they're like, okay, we're going to walk up slowly. And then we're going to just make sure we're not making noise. And then if they don't hear us and we're contacting, we're going to keep contacting. Because contacting means you don't explode until they see you or hear you or whatever, right? It's an element of surprise, if you may will. Okay, so that's that. So defaulting, contacting, running it down, defaulting, okay? Re-hitting, okay? This is also another, it goes in the category in my eyes as with the faking. It's a concept that's a misdirection concept. It's to get them to move where we want them to go so that way we can go to the other side for free. Or whichever side we're re-hitting for free. Does that make sense? Like in fakes, we're faking A so we can go to C for the less resistance, right? We're faking C so we can end A for free, right? So re-hitting is also the same kind of category of concept where it is a misdirection, and usually this one's a little bit more advanced. You're not going to really use this in your elo. You'll start using it in around ascendant, high ascendant, mid ascendant. Even then, not really. Maybe low immortal. Okay, but it's usually you don't really call guys first like third round first rifle round of the game. You don't go guys we're gonna re-hit this round. It's usually not called like that. It's usually called when they are conditioned already. For example, 3 rounds in, we've ran it down, right? We ran it down on A, and then the fourth round, we're like, okay, guys, let's start A as a team, but we're gonna re-hit this round. So we're gonna make them believe we are running it down on A, right? And I'll lay down the groundworks for you a little bit. 3 rounds prior, we ran it down A and it worked. Let's say it's 3-0. We ran it down A 3 times. It worked. We just completely destroyed them. And then this fourth round, we ran it down to here. Let's say we get to here and here. What are the defending team gonna think? What beliefs are they gonna start having?
Oh, did you rotate?
Sorry?
You said it. Wait, could you repeat that? Sorry.
Yeah. So I'll say a little bit slower. So start of the game, right? 0-0. Let's say for the first 3 rounds, we ran it down. We executed A. Just pretend we're as a team. 2 people short, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, we went A, completely destroyed them by running it down. We just took it every time, ran it down 5 people, and just fucking fucked them up. Okay, now it's 3-0. It's round 4. And then this round, we're like, guys, we're going to do a re-hit. We're going to run down. Okay, like we usually did the last 3 rounds. And so let's say we get up to here, though. Let's stop. Let's freeze. Let's put ourselves in the enemy's shoes. They got ran down on 3 rounds in a row. It's 0-3 for them. They hear us running down again. What are they going to believe? What are they going to start saying? What are they going to start calling?
For rotates.
Right. They're going to be like, guys are running it down again. And so the whole team will do what?
Rotate.
Rotate. They'll start stacking A because we've conditioned them that we're playing fast. Right? And so we'll start, and then they'll act accordingly. They're not gonna slowly start walking here. They're gonna fucking book it here, knife out, drop everything they do, and start coming because they believe we're running it down. And then we get here, and we called a re-hit because we knew that they would fast rotate because we ran it down 3 times. And then we're like, guys, make a bunch of noise. We make a bunch of noise. Then they start stacking A. Let's say it's been like 5 seconds. You know, we're over here kind of defaulting 3 people, 2 people short, shooting around. And so there's 3 to 4 people here. Okay. And then they're like, okay, guys, run off. So then, and then usually 1 guy will stay. But let's say 4 of the guys run off. Okay. They make noise to run off. Let's pause there, freeze. Let's go to the enemy's perspective. We heard them run down. And then we believe they're running it down, so we called for rotations. They were defaulting here, so we start stacking. People start going in corners, waiting around for us to come out. And then they hear 4 people run off. What are they going to immediately call to each other?
You're leaving.
Guys, they're leaving. Oh my god, get back. It sees open. Obviously, this will be slightly weaker, open, right? So then they're like panicking. So at this level, usually they'll start immediately running off. 4 of them from A will be like, get to C right now. They're going C. They'll believe we have rotated. But let's come back to our perspective. While they're calling, yo, they're leaving, because we were like, yo, leave. Okay, because this is a part of the re-hit. We're running off, and then we start coming back. As they're going C and they're in these pings, because they're booking it, we're walking back as 5. And then the guy that solo was here maybe is just there already. And then in 5 seconds, okay, you guys ready? Okay, call the stun. Okay, you guys ready? Throw the smokes down. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. And then everyone starts fucking exploding out. And when they do this play, it's free. Because why? And I'll ask you. It's like a quiz question. Why would this be free? Or very least resistance? Off all the information I told you. And both perspectives.
Back to C.
Right. And you see how that works now? The re-hits?
Yeah.
It's a misdirection. It's to fuck with their mind a little bit, but it requires conditioning. You can't just call a re-hit. It's not going to work. You need to condition them in some way, some shape or form, or understand who they are as a team in terms of how their style is as a team, fast rotating, whatever. or they picked up on info, and sometimes rehits aren't always planned. It's called in the middle of the round. It's like a mid-round call. Okay, guys, we're gonna rehit. I don't think we can rotate. They're gonna know. Let's just rehit. It will be called spontaneously. Okay, but that's how it works. Okay, do you understand it? Any questions, stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, and then I won't get into that. A bit more advanced, but so that's that. We'll leave it there. And then the last one is lurking, inserting a lurk. We'll just breeze through this. So why we should either us lurk or a teammate lurk or you guys insert a lurk by using contact. For example, 4 of you guys start A, right? Let's freeze it. Look at the enemy perspective. One guy saw you long. He saw 3 people long on defense, and he starts, yo, a lot. He starts calling rotations. All right. You can use that thought process of like putting yourself in their shoes to being like, wait, Cypher, can you go up mid? I know they're rotating A, or I hear them, or whatever it is. I feel, or I know, or I'm putting myself in their shoes. Wait, I'm pretty sure they're rotating a lot A right now already, or you've already seen them rotate quickly, and you're like, okay, I know they're gonna do it again. Cypher, can you lurk up C? Can you lurk up B? Garage? And if you kill one or there's nobody there, tell us to come back. You see the value in that?
Yeah.
Because there'll be times you're here and you're stalled. There's 3-4 people on site. You're not gonna go in. You're not gonna commit. This guy might have a better timing or information where he lurked up while you guys were taking contact because you told him to. You inserted him, and he's like, "Yo, 3 on C going A. I hear fucking 3." And then you guys are like, "Okay, well, we're gonna leave because we're not gonna stay on A and wait for 4 people to get there on site and fight us. We're gonna go to the least resistance area, right? That should be your goal every round to make sure you are going to the least resistance area, and that's why running it down in this elo is terrible, because in this elo generally 80-90% of the time, once you take any contact, they are immediately running there first, especially if they hear multiple 2 plus. 1 is not maybe enough, but if they see 2, they're running A, everybody. Okay, and so if you run it down, what will happen? We contact, we run it down A, what happens? They're there. They're ready for us. And so you need to kind of start using these concepts to get ahead of these noobs. They're noobs. They're bad players. Okay? You're better than them. I believe that. So, and you need to believe that. But not only believe that, you need to start incorporating your playbook, growing it. Can't just be following these guys around. Okay? I like that you called that fake. That was good. I want that all the time. At least 5, 8 times on the attacking side. You specifically, because you'll get it better. And I don't care what. Okay, and I've coached, and I'm not trying to use the gender thing at all, but I've coached multiple girls. Okay, and that's the most thing. That's like the most common thing I hear. I don't want to talk because they're gonna bully me. I don't care. You shouldn't care. Just believe you're better and know you're better than them, and you're building and practicing your calling, your experience, your game sense. If you let them oppress you or bully you or talk shit to you and make you feel bad, you're not going to want to do it. And by not wanting to do it, you're not going to build this skill. It's a skill and a tool. Right? So you got to get that. I'm not saying you do that. I'm just saying that's the most common thing I've heard when we get to this point, talking about calling and making sure you make plans. They're always like, oh, they're going to bully me and make fun. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. There are guys that are going to be nice to you too and listen to you and trust you and be like, oh, wow, she can make good calls. And then, build that rapport there where they might even ask you, hey, what do you want to do? You got to get to that level, and you will. But keep building upon the skill of calling, understanding. Okay, they're fast rotating. We've been running it down. Okay, guys, it's not. We can't run it down anymore. Like, we're just going into their trap. Let's set up a fake. Boom, 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 boom. I want this guy here. Boom, 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 boom. Whatever. You can. I'll leave that kind of up to you. Okay. Okay, guys, they're defaulting around, playing really passively. They're not even rotating. Let's run it down now. I need you to be at that level to instantly find a solution and adapt with your playbook. You got to look at these 6 concepts as your playbook. What is that? Your arsenals, your weapons, right? And so that's what I would like. Okay, any questions or anything like that?
No.
Okay, so that's that. Let's move on with your concepts. Oh, briefly, with lurking as well. The main reasons why we want to lurk or insert a lurk is to gather information, cause chaos, okay? And then also, that's really the main reason. And it's you can find space and timings or parts of the map where he will relay that, and it kind of falls under the information, but he will relay, yo, they're leaving, and that's a crucial piece of information, right? Because if he lurked up here and you guys are 4A and he hears 3 people going A, he knows that the site is going to be free, right? So that's why we kind of lurk or insert lurks across the map. Okay, so that's that. Any questions with any concepts and stuff like that before we move on? And that's that. One note as well before I move on. These 6 concepts I've told you is what the pros use. You have to understand that. People don't understand that. Like, yo, pros are so good. They're so different. I'm like, bro, they're literally the same as everybody. It's just they make these concepts look crazy, more advanced, super like the execution is like 10 out of 10, super clean. It just looks like they're running over people. They're running it down, but they're not. They've made a plan of understanding how the enemy think, how they play, what their setup are, and then they make that plan, the concept, skill ceiling through the roof. They make it super elite, if that makes sense. But if you watch a VCT game, that's all they do. They either will run it down, run a fake, run a rehit, default, contact up, use lurk in some way, shape, or form, and that's it. And they might combine all these together, or combine 2 out of 6, or 2 out of 6, or 5 out of 6, or they'll double fake, double rehit, double rotate, right? Play it really slow on the default. They just make these concepts look really crazy, advanced, clean, godlike. But you can get that to that level too by working on understanding those things I told you. How the enemies see, hear, feel, know. Okay, putting yourself in their shoes, knowing what their style is as a whole. Are they aggressive, fast rotating, not rotating very quickly? Okay, and then their setup as well. Yo, Cypher's always C, and then there's always Reyna Jet here and here, 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 boom, boom. This guy's always here. This guy's sometimes here. This guy's moving back and forth. You need to kind of get better at that, and I call that tendencies and frequencies. We went through that long time ago, but and I know Valorant, to be good, you need to think about all these things at the same time. That's the thing. That's why a lot of people cannot get good, is because they cannot put more than 5 thought processes in their brain at the same time. They're only thinking about one thing, their screen, their POV. Okay, you got to be able to look at the minimap, think what they're thinking, know what kind of know where our teammates are, understanding what their styles are, setups, etc., etc., etc. I can go all day with this. Okay, so that's that. Let's move on. Okay, the last note is try and use different concept. Oh, sorry. A part of this last note was learning to how to control tempo. I'll briefly go through this. Is running it down a fast tempo?
Yes.
Is defaulting slow?
Yes.
Is contacting slow?
Yes.
Is rehit fast?
Yes.
That was a trick question. It's not. It's not. Well, like, there are parts that are fast and slow. Maybe I should have asked that in a trick question. But what I really want to say is that just how you answer most of the concepts correctly, if they're fast or slow, you need to understand. Okay, guys, we've been playing it fast. Slow it down. We've been playing it slow. Let's go fast. Let's put it in the medium tempo. Let's put it extremely hyper fast, aggressive. No delay, no stop. Run it down. Right? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So you need to start building this gauge to knowing when I need to slow it down as a team, or even yourself individually, maybe. Okay, but I'm looking more at it in the macro, the team. So you got to be able to slow them down, speed them up when they need to, stuff like that. And to do that, if I were to ask you that question, I'm pretty sure you'd get it. It's to use and understand the concepts. Because if you do, you'll know what concept is fast, what is slow, and then be like, okay, we need to go slow. What is a slow concept? Default. Okay, maybe a contact. Right? So that's that. All right. All the notes. Any questions or anything you didn't understand or you want to talk about, feel free.
No, I think everything's good.
Okay, that's that. So let's get into the game, the second game.
Sweet.
And then obviously we won't break down as much because we went through a lot of the big chunks. So we'll just be breaking down more like smaller details. And a lot of people think they're not important, but they're very important. This is where we start kinking out the finer details where you become really like clean in movement, positioning, thought processes, and stuff like that.
Match
I'm just gonna read the
found.
chat real quick. I got a lot of messages.
Yeah.
Yo, God hella gum. Hello, how are you? Noob student. Okay, come on, bro. She's learning. Everybody's like, hi, Anna. Hey, yeah, my boy. Just got home, prepared something to eat, and joined. How are you guys? Good, good. I don't even know if you guys are still here. You playing Val after the coaching session? Maybe. I'm down to play with the chat. Anybody down to play with me? I'm down to play with you guys for fun. I don't want to like sweat it out by myself in the more like nah. I haven't been playing Valorant too much. I'd rather just kind of chill with you guys, troll, and maybe I'll do a knife only challenge with the chat if you guys want to play. Unk finally streaming. What's up, Solar Flare, bro? Yeah, I'll grief your games. No, you won't grief my games, bro. Of course, I'm here. Let's do it. Hyperion, you guys want to play? Maybe we'll get a Discord thing going. We'll play. I'm down. It's good to see you guys in the chat. Miss you guys all. I know I have not been streaming. I will be trying to be a little bit more consistent moving forward. Yeah. For those that did not check out the interview, please check it out. You will learn something. I'm not saying you will gain radiant knowledge, but you will gain something by maybe it's mental, maybe it's fundamental, maybe it's mechanical, or understanding how to train properly. You will learn something. Watch the interview. I would be down, but I don't have an NA account. Solar, hook me up. I can give you one, Anna. But you'll lag. My girl is playing Viper on Icebox. Ayo, sexy. She wins. Yep. Alright, let me get back to her. BRB chat. Alright, Viper.
Tries to come through. I must
Yep.
keep
Viper
my
on
secrets
Icebox.
with me.
Have you played a lot of Viper?
Oh yeah, my main
Okay.
is Viper.
Okay. Cause I think I remember at the time you're like I think I only play Omen and Clove. I think you said to me. I think at the time, maybe I could be wrong. A long time ago.
Yeah, I stopped playing Viper for a while there because I just had so many hours dumped into her, and it's just like
Right.
it wasn't paying off at the time because
yep.
not a lot of people know how to play around Viper. So.
Right. Yeah, I can understand that. So even if you don't make the call, think about it. You know what I'm trying to say? Think about which concept would work and stuff like that. Visualize.
Okay.
So that way you can train in real time.
He's just going out.
Yeah,
Okay, holy
that's
shit.
Ooh.
Spike down.
So
B.
so just chill. Brainstorm.
Yeah, tell her
Okay.
here.
So make a decision.
I suppose we're going out. Cypher's out.
Okay. Then we're going out.
My wall's down. No.
We have a trip for flank, I think.
You do.
Okay, that's good.
Camera taken out.
Enemy B.
Wall's up.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, it's a remake, really?
No.
Wait, see if he comes back.
Maybe just chill here a little bit, just in case. It's not a Oh, okay, maybe it is. Oh, it is. Okay, a little unfortunate. I will say. Maybe you can clip that.
I definitely did.
Okay, yo, the first two kills were really nice. Okay,
Thank you.
that was clean. But you know how like
Okay.
you made it a 3v3, right?
Yeah.
I want you to still learn from this one round. I know it's one round, but still learn, okay? Once you kill the two and it's 3v3 and you got to yellow, and that's why I said and there's a reason I said chill is so that you can start thinking. Most people when they get at that point 3v3 their mind goes blank and trying to just kill people. Just slow down your mind, calm it down, and put yourself in their shoes. What do they think? Okay? the Reyna. Who did you kill? The first two was Reyna and Viper.
Yeah, Arena Viper.
What are they gonna call? Okay, they probably called that they saw three here. We're on site. Okay, they're probably rotating. Okay, we can leave or we can go. And then once you kind of put yourself in their shoes to make a decision, make that decision because you're yellow, and I was like, okay, I think they know you're here, and then you were like, okay, yeah, you kind of believe that too, and you started leaving, but then you know how Cypher walked out, and then you came back, so there's a hesitation there, and I'm not saying that's terrible, but it's in my eyes, it's not good. Um, just commit, be like, we're going, and then communicate that, guys, we're leaving or we're going, or Cypher, you can stay here and lurk, we're gonna leave, whatever, just kind of brainstorm in the moment in time, slow down your mind in that 3v3 and try to make a very informative decision of information or you putting yourself in their shoes, stuff like that. Understanding who plays where. Obviously, in the first round, we're not going to do that, but yeah.
Yeah. It's taking forever to load, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Take your time. I don't have a student after you, so.
Okay. Okay, I have a question for you too.
Yep.
How do you feel about Vandal second round?
Like rifle second round, right? Like Phantom or Vandal.
Yeah.
It's fine as long as you can buy minimum light shield and rifle for it. But why why it can be bad? I'm not saying why it's bad, but why it can be bad is that most of the time people play sheriff, even if they, let's say for example, let's say you guys won the first round, right? And then you have enough, you got a kill or the bomb went down, so you can buy a Vandal and light armor.
Match found.
Even though the enemy team lost, a lot of the time, what do? They buy a sheriff. 3 of them will buy a sheriff and have their credits at 1200, 1300, right? And so
Yeah.
there's a risk there when they can just kill you from far away, even with a sheriff, because far away, what is it? It's 140, 145. Right, so
Yeah.
you're dead. You're 125, so you're gonna die. So that's why I would not recommend it until you get better with your aim. Like you're mechanically like you shit on people. It's a different story. I would be confident in you doing that, but I don't think it's bad as long as you don't give it to them. You know what I mean? Like you don't just die and just give them a gun for free all the time. If you do that, like it's like all the time where you're dying with it, you gotta stop using it. I'd rather you opt, and me personally, I actually tend to opt for getting full armor, and that's why I'll go Bulldog full armor all the time. 60% of the time, I'm going Bulldog full armor. Maybe 15%, 20% of the time. These days, back in the day, I think 60% Spectre full armor, but now I've evolved so because I want more long range weapon. So I go Bulldog full armor or regen armor. 60% of the time, 15% of the time it's gonna be Spectre full armor. And then there's like a 10%, another 10%, 15% where I am like going absolutely nothing, just ghost full armor and saving all my credits. And then there's the 10% where I go Vandal light armor. So I hope that can give you a little reference there.
Yeah.
And I think also there's other things involved like comps, yeah, agents, parts of the map, stuff like that, or even the call. Like if you guys are to call to default, I wouldn't recommend you go Vandal because if you default across, let's say you're the very left defaulting B main on Icebox and you die and they pick up your gun, it doesn't feel good, right? So if they call a default second round, like maybe just go for like a Sheriff Ghost or Spectre full armor. But you can never go wrong with Bulldog full armor. Like people, it's the most underrated gun. Bulldog is so strong. Like it can shoot
if it's
far.
not Vandal, it's definitely Bulldog.
Yeah, yeah. I think Bulldog Guardian both are very tied after the rifle, but like the main rifle. But why I like Bulldog is so cheap. It's 2100. Guardian is 2400. Right? So if I have 2500, I can get Bulldog light armor every time. But if I have 2500, I can only get a Guardian. I can't get armor. Right? So That's why I opt for Bulldog. But everybody's, you know, preference and stuff like that. Some people are not good with Bulldog. Whatever. You're gonna have to kind of calculate that a little bit. Hey yo, she got ace first round. Yeah, she's super good. She's a shooter. Clip picker up. Zam, use the ghost better than me. Not gonna lie. Yep. Gotta catch up, bro. No, those shots were clean. No, those shots were clean.
Omen, shall we see who claps quicker? No harm in a little competition.
Okay, we're on Omen.
Yep. Would you suggest Ghost or buying Blind and Armor?
I'm usually going classic, all my utility, or yeah,
Okay.
like no shield, but I would recommend shield. And then TP is not as important on pistol round. Like it's kind of useless, so I always go for flash. This is usually like 80% I go this. If I'm trying hard, sweaty game, tight game, I go no armor, all my utility. So it's all preference.
Oh, wow.
Heavy B.
Cover going out.
Okay.
Okay.
Spike
We're not
planted.
over here on CT.
Nice try. I will ask you a question. Where do you
Yeah.
think positionally is slightly
Last
better,
player standing.
or you can have more impact? Yeah, like positionally, where do you think is better? And I'll help you. Mid, B, or A?
Listen for the wind. It will tell you where their jet is.
Mid.
Mid. Why?
Yeah. Smoke range.
Right, you can smoke A and B. But if you're A like you were, it took you a while to smoke B, right? So, I think it's best if you play around mid. You play like pizza, market, or you play like bottom mid, where your crosshairs to the left in that corner or the right corner. You can even play, you know, deep spawn, stuff like that. But generally, playing mid is really good. Oh, there's one tiles.
One tile. Going back B.
80 Clover.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
Nice try.
Oh wow, I whiffed.
All good. Just see eco.
If you're not a good shot today, don't worry. There are other ways to be useful.
Can we play more for retake?
Better see some good TPs, girls. You got this easy. I think, from what I remember, her first session was a long time ago, but she was a pretty good Omen. So I would just sit here, just keep controlling. Jiggle a little bit wider. Yep, like that. So you can see if they're walking up on you. So clearly they're playing slow, right? So yeah, just keep jiggling, it's fine. I think what you're doing is good. Oh wait, you were frozen. I would tell Sova to watch B. So they're top mid. How many?
Deploying
3.
drone.
Cover going out.
They're going back. They're going back A. They're going back A.
Yep. Planning A. I'm blinding John.
Spike planted.
Shadows traveling.
One enemy remaining.
Good.
On Jen.
Good. Okay. Even though you died, I think you played that really well. I would have played it the same way. Jiggle mid. Sova darted for us. Make sure you be a little bit more not confident, but just be loud and clear and just be specific. How many did we see? I'll ask you a question. Very simple.
This is what
3.
it's about.
3. So tell them, guys, 3 mid. Right? You're really the one that sees it all, because they're on A. Right? Yes, they can see through walls with the pings, but you're the mid player, right? So tell them 3 mid, because if you immediately tell what you see, it'll help them play faster and set up quicker and make a better decision quicker as well. So that's that. Good round, really good round. I think also the flash was good on the retake.
1 tile.
Enemy spotted me.
Smoking tile.
Shadows traveling.
Going 3 to you,
I don't
right
know.
now.
Don't flash it, just chill here. I think they'll walk out. So here I would tell them they're going cat.
Yeah, going cat. Dogging cat.
I'll give me.
There's one B main as well.
Cover going out. Blinding.
Not true.
There. You're done.
Oh, that was really unlucky. She's in the air. What the fuck? Like, okay, I think that, like, you kind of did your job. Like, can't really get mad. I think you could have been a little bit more patient on the mid peak, right? Like, fully kind of confirm.
My ult's ready.
You also made a step, by
30
the way. I
seconds
don't know
left.
if you knew that. So,
Player
yeah,
standing.
like while you're slicing the pie for Cat, you made a step, so that could have triggered her to be ready as well, right? But
One enemy remaining.
hopefully he can win it. He's coming stairs, I'm pretty sure. It's gonna be a flash in like 3 seconds. Oh, he's getting wrapped? Or she's back. I think he's...
Cage trigger.
Could be dice.
Good
good.
check. It sucks that like nobody's calming anything either.
Yeah, that's fine. Just focus on you calming and that's fine. Okay? As long as you're calming, feeding info, that's it. That's all we can control. They will respect that if you're calling all the information correctly. They may even want to be like, oh wait, she's trying? Maybe I should try too. I've been in a lot of games like that. Where it's like quiet. I just go crazy with comms and everybody starts following.
Flatman.
So smoke bottom mid here.
Cover going out.
So it kind of like deters them.
Reloading.
And
Reloading.
I would smoke cat here. For them.
Close cat?
That's good too. Or yeah, close or far deep where the first one was good too. Just so they can get a play off.
Nobody's peeking that.
Nice.
Oh,
So
okay,
rotate A,
never mind.
rotate A.
Rotate.
Like look at your Sova's POV. He's got mid and B main.
Yeah,
So you can go stack A.
I'm smoking.
One enemy remaining. Spike down
Good.
A.
Do you like your minimap like this where it's like it doesn't follow
Yeah,
you? Okay.
If it moves too much, it
Right.
like disorients me.
Yeah. For me, it shows where I'm looking. So when I look top mid, the minimap shows where top mid is. But for you, it's like reversed, where like you're looking top mid, but top mid's like it's on the bottom, right? So
Yeah.
for some people, I don't know if you want it like that, but it's all preference. I don't care. So I want to make sure you're comfortable with it, because some people don't even know. I'm like, do you like the setting? They're like, no. I'm like, why do you have it? They're like, what the fuck?
Get out of my way.
Be
Okay,
tough, tough.
where they all three?
It's gonna be mid here.
Open tile.
Stealing sight.
Okay, I'm gonna assume the
enemy
close.
remaining.
Oh, sorry.
Flawless.
Okay, decent.
You guys are
Okay,
so much
damn.
better
They're
than my
just
last.
running people over.
But you see how like you're looking A, and I was like, oh, they're mid, like immediately, right? So
Yeah.
gotta be like sensitive to timing too, because when they go A or B, they're gonna go A or B. If there's nothing there for the first 2-3 seconds, just assume there's nothing there and just go clear mid or go towards somewhere else, and then, you know, hopefully the site guy or whatever will pick up an anchor. Good run.
Kyle.
Cover going out.
So keep that same aggressive positioning that we talked about. Up close, nice and.
Cover going out.
So they're going A. So they're. They're up cat as well. Pretty sure.
Shadows traveling.
Oh, that's sure.
What I'm in.
So I'll ask you a question. When you smoke bottom mid, okay, what was the problem with your movement and positioning, both? What were you doing? What was the action you were doing? Do you know?
I was jiggling a smoke.
Right. Do we need a jiggle of smoke?
No.
No. When you smoke things, hold it. That's why we smoke it, right? So, because they're cut off and we can see if they walk through. So hold the smokes when you put them down, or their smokes down. You don't need to jiggle that area. Because you could have got timing where he came his right, your left, you're jiggling right side, and he just walks up and kills you.
Top mid.
It's a lie.
Cover going out.
It's kind of a bad smoke. That sucks.
Sure.
I slowed it, so.
It's fine.
One dead.
Spam the smoke a little bit.
Kill my ally.
Yep, like that. They're going back top mid now.
Shadows traveling.
You go back towards it.
So just chill. I wouldn't even peek and play off that trip.
Your trail.
Ooh, nice try.
50 jet.
All good. A little unlucky.
Spike planted.
I think the positioning was fine. You could also opt, like, let's just kind of brainstorm. Like, I'll just ask you, where do you think could have been better spots for you?
Jen even.
Yeah,
Or
Jen,
Heaven, maybe.
Heaven, Hell.
Last player
You
standing.
can even, you know that wooden box right there? I'm trying
This one?
point. You know how there's dice and there's Jen to the left, there's a box to the right, not the step up, but the one more closer to main. You can play behind there as well, stuff like that. I'm gonna be honest. I think that dice positioning is fine. I actually like it. It's fine, but it's very common these days. Like even me, when I come out on A on Ascent, like dice is like the first thing to clear. Gen dice is the first thing to clear. So just be ready for that. They will know that, or be ready or try to look for that. So. Ah, it was there. It was there. Honestly, I like the play. Okay.
I should have called for Waylay to help me.
Sure, that could be also another solution. But what could have? Maybe I shouldn't ask you. I'll just tell you. Okay, there was a little bit hesitation. Little bit. I'm not saying it's a 3-second hesitation, 2 seconds. It's milliseconds. But these milliseconds add up. Where you would have killed this guy and got out, or you died like you did, right? So. And I'll kind of show you this after, but also the way you peeked the wall was bad. You peeked diagonally. You should have just licked the wall and swung. And I'll show you that after, okay?
I survived obliteration. I will survive them.
I can buy a shirt.
Okay. Nobody's communicating. Great.
Nope. Gotcha.
All good. All good. Just remember, go mid. Lean mid. Okay. Even though Reyna's there, or just play around tree, so you can smoke B.
Down.
I would smoke B main for them.
Begins. Reloading.
Shadows traveling.
Seems like they're
You don't
going
look like
B. Look at her Reyna, right? Look at that space. It's all money.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Oh, good. That's short.
I have all two.
So I saw you were a little worried about A main, but at that point they can't be there that quick. It was too early. Maybe like 3 more seconds they could come out, but lean to your autopilot. Go
Yeah,
tree
yeah.
mid. Your
Are you
autopiloting.
ultimate?
Yes, I am.
Gonna play off the
Sure.
those.
Don't run into it.
So Jake.
I'm going in.
A lot, guys.
They're peeking mid.
Nice.
No, they're not there. Smoke
Oh,
tiles.
they're not.
Nope.
Cover going out.
Don't peek. So gather positioning on A. Okay. Because they're gonna probably lean A.
Yeah, why?
Shadows traveling.
Last player
Good,
standing.
good. I like
Got
that.
it.
I like how he played that. That was good. But you see what I mean, right? I'm like, put yourself on A,
Planted.
right? Because
Yeah.
I know that you and Sova in that 2v4 are split down the middle, right? Sova was market,
Yeah.
you're the A player, so
Last
you need
round
to
in the
anchor
half.
yourself. A main, hell, heaven, spawn. Even in tree is fine too. Switch is fine too. I think if you kill the jet, I think you guys would have had a really good chance to win that round. It's all good though. Not really. You shouldn't even be in that position, to be honest.
They were too eager to peek things.
Yeah, they're just all peeking mid for some reason. I would have smoked tiles. As soon as there's contact, smoke something. So B.
Cover going out.
It's some B.
Tiles are on.
Cover going out.
Spam it a little bit.
And they're close.
Had your fun.
Nice.
Spike
Like
down
on B.
B.
You will not kill my
Let's be
ally.
main.
Bro, your teammates are just all dying. What the fuck?
I've got your trail.
Okay.
We're just. Not
Also,
only that, it's like I called them B and
Yeah,
they're still
yeah.
just sitting in.
it's fine. This is just like
Player standing.
a side note for you. Just understand that angle you took for B main. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I'm just saying it's common. So
Slowing them down.
there'll be times where you're in that angle and you'll die through a smoke because they're pre-aiming, pre-firing that spot. Because it's so these days market is so common for people to play there. Like
Yeah.
just a side note. I don't think that was bad at all. I'm just letting you know. Just
Switching
against good
sides.
players, be careful because they're gonna always pre-fire there.
Wipe the pins from your guns.
Okay, let's make a call. We need to win pistol to win this game. Okay, look at their comp. Do they have a Cypher, Killjoy, Vice? No.
No.
They have a Sage. Okay, so it should be easy to get on site somewhere. So start somewhere,
Yeah.
and then as you gather
Three?
information,
Like 3 main, 1, 2, 3.
you might need to make a mid-round call as well. So just be ready for that.
Yeah.
I would give them bomb, and then you go cat, whatever you go man, doesn't matter. Just go 2
I'm
mid.
gonna smoke bottom.
Shadows traveling.
Okay.
I had a feeling that was gonna happen, and so I'm gonna ask you a question. Why are you worried about B main?
It's a great question, actually.
Which angle can see you first? The guy peeking out
Cat.
cat, bottom mid, or B main tiles area?
Definitely cat.
Right. Obviously mid can too, right? But why is it less likely? Very simple.
It takes more time.
You what?
It takes more time.
Sure, but what did you do specifically to mid?
Last player standing.
Do you remember? What did you throw down? I'll help you. I'm trying my best not to give you the answer. You threw down what mid?
Smokes.
Right, so it's less likely he's gonna walk out, run out that smoke by himself like a suicidal maniac. Alright? So, you can easily now we learn in this moment in time. When you were there at the start of the round, it's impossible for the B main guy to come and peek tiles there. Unless he's got some movement ability like Neon, Jet, okay? Waylay. Or whatever, any agent that can dash, cross, get that space. Okay, so you need to be worried about cat there, right? Out of the three.
Okay. I'm gonna blind this.
Put yourself in their shoes a little bit.
Mine left.
Yeah. Are we... Okay, we're just...
Spam the smoke. On the edges, good.
I'm in 97.
One more there.
They found my wire.
Hold the edge.
Shadows traveling.
Can't come out cat, they got it covered. Just look at it.
Disappear.
One enemy
Good.
remaining.
Last one tree. You see why I say that they're not gonna come out tree though? Sova, Reyna looking tree, and they darted it. They would be crazy to run out tree when it's darted, right? Because they're gonna be seen. So your focus should be heaven. It was good. I had to help you a little bit though. You're scared. You get scared.
Can you blind this?
You're looking heaven. And you're like you're getting your head a little bit. Be calm. Be calm. Be situationally aware. Look at the minimap. See what your teammates are seeing, and then know what you need to see.
Stealing sight. Cover going out.
Good. Let's start running out this bitch. Let's get the side. Good. Plan out in the open. Plan out in the open.
Spike planted.
I got smoke in 10. Yeah.
40 sage.
It was smoke.
Stairs.
Yep.
Cover going out.
Too bad.
Nice
Nice.
shot.
They found my wire.
Let them hold lane. You hold the stair smoke, I think.
Careful.
One's lane, one's spawn.
Got you.
Last player standing.
Oh, Ashra.
Yeah, this Reyna's just peeking everything. Should I be like? Should I peek with him in that instance?
I think that was really winnable too, even in that 1v2. But I that's kind of why I don't like the dice area, because it's kind of out in the open. It's very common. So you could have went under lane, like close to the wall lane, so they may not even see you. You could be tucked in, on the box, looking stairs, right? Because then you'll kill the stair guy. The guy will challenge you from lane. Then you have a 1v1. You can be back boathouse. I think there's a lot of better options in position. All good though. Unlucky. Hold the smoke while you're running.
That's two of them.
Slow it down a little bit. Okay. You have ult. Slow down. Slow down.
My ultimate is ready.
One tree, one rocket.
Last player standing.
Watch them run.
Go for it.
Cover going out.
Nice try.
Yeah.
Nice try. Okay, what is going on with our team? What are we doing? We're autopiloting. You and
Yeah,
the
we're
team.
just running it
We're
down.
just running it down. This is what I'm talking about. They're fast
Hey,
rotating,
okay.
but we're running it down. It's never gonna work. Logically, it doesn't make sense. We're running it down into 4 people. We need to run it down on 1, 2. They're quickly rotating.
Yeah.
I have the spike. Shadows traveling.
There's already 3A.
Yeah, they're leaving.
Tell them to
Get
keep
the
making
orb.
noise.
Why
Keep
not?
making noise.
I ain't doing anything.
Yeah,
Spike down B.
that's pretty much the main reason I told you to tell them to make noise. Because what I saw, okay, good call. I like the call. But what I saw was 3 of them contacted A, right? What happened? What did you hear? I heard it. You made the call too. The information.
They ran.
They left, right? But after you made that call, once you said they're leaving, these guys are noobs. So when you said they're leaving, the 3 guys started coming back. And when they start rotating, what? Let's put ourselves in their shoes. What are they gonna call? They're going back B.
Yeah.
So the guy that was gonna go A and run to A stops in his tracks and just holds B. He starts anchoring. So a little bit of a bad execution there with communication, stuff like that, thought processes.
We survive.
They will cover. Cover going out.
I would go A. Okay.
I've got your trail.
So we just slow it down here, we break the ult, and then we make a decision after.
Reloading.
So
I know that's three.
so they know. Okay, it's confirmed. They know that you guys are stuck. I think he's on the box on mid.
Shadows traveling.
I can't. Nice.
Pitiful.
Good. Can slow it down further.
Yeah, let's go back A.
Could even check spawn real quick. Yo, who is that? Summit. It's good. It's good. Long time no see everybody.
Cover going out.
Take flight.
Oh, why did we drown?
It's fine. Just go. Flashing it out.
Blinding.
TPO across.
30 seconds left.
3.
Spike down
Oh,
A.
they got the trade. It's not bad.
I have this cage trigger.
They're kind of baiting, not gonna lie, but
Last player standing.
oh, he's dead. Unlucky,
Yeah.
unlucky. Okay, let's kind of talk about this game. Okay. I'm not putting the blame on you. I don't think you play bad at all, actually.
Defenders win.
Okay, but what could we have done better? And I'm not saying let's not focus on you for now. Like let's not focus on your action, your movements, like in terms of you shooting around and moving and aim and that shit. But what could we do better in terms of the macro, helping our team?
Making more calls.
Right. I think it kind of comes down to making calls, setting up not only plays, but the setup on defensively. That's what I'm focusing on. Like you should have called to stack certain sites, or I think the big one actually, when I think about it, when I think about defense, is you should have taken space a little bit more. Right? If I were to ask you how many times you took space,
None.
0. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Okay, it's totally fine, but you gotta start a little bit thinking and taking risks. Okay, and I know usually girls, women. I'm not trying to stereotype or anything, but they generally tend. It's actually objective. Like in in poker as well. There's a lot of not a lot, but there's female poker players too, and the 90%, 95% are males, and there are female poker players. But when I see a lot of female poker players, they always tend to, like 90% of the female players tend to always take a least risk approach, very safe, put my money in when I have the nuts. The nuts means the best hand, right? Um and so and that's a game that requires a lot of thinking and risk taking, and it's a very like video game like game. So I know that girls tend to like to not take a lot of risk, or try to go out and it feels not comfortable and stuff like that. But you kind of have to get through that a little bit. Okay, um, it's really important that you can be aggressive, take space, take risk. Right? Um, Taking space is risky as fuck. You are gonna die if you don't know how to do it properly a lot or understand how to take space. But I feel like this needs to be added to your game. So this is something I need you to start focusing on moving forward. I'm idle mid, B main, A main. There's nobody on my side. Let me walk down and flank them. Even if you die, just do it. Okay, you're gonna build it up like we talked about on Haven. Walk down. I died from this card. Uh-oh. Whoops. Okay, next time I walk down, gotta clear it. Next time you clear, oh, nobody's there. Great. You start moving on. There's a second random corner. Okay. Uh-oh. Died again. Gotta clear that first corner where I died. Now I'm gonna clear the second corner. And it builds. Trust me. If you trust me and think about it and take the risk, I'm not saying all the time, just sometimes build upon it. Okay, the taking space part, you will get way more comfortable. You'll understand it, and it will become a weapon. That's the thing. Like I told you, it's money. We can know where they are. When we know where they are, we know what they can do. Okay, so that's just a side note there that I would like you to kind of think about on defense. On attack, I know. Okay, I know how you're feeling. Oh man, and you even said it. You're like, they're not talking. Oh my god. Okay, and that's why I said I don't care. You practice what you need to say. Feed, do, call, think. And that's why I was like really hard on like, okay, pause. Just put yourself in their shoes right now. Try to think what their enemies are doing. Stuff like that. But I think the main thing on attack is that, I mean, obviously you're not comfortable with like really, really getting your voice out there and stuff yet. That day will come as long as you put in that work. But I'm gonna be honest, that is the main way anybody can influence the game, the game in their favor. Okay, I've been saying this the last month and a half or so where I'm like, I don't need you to go fucking nuclear 30 and 10 every game. I need you to help win with your brain. And if I were to ask you, can you do that? What would you say? You'd say, I think I can do that. No? You need
Yeah.
to help them. You gotta set them up. That's the real definition, is setting them up. Not by you running around shooting, killing, sitting in a corner anchoring. You setting them up with the setup, the creativity, your planning, the execution, you being aware of the minimap. For example, me, when I'm on defense, and let's say we'll use Ascent for example. Okay, maybe I should kind of show you this in the game. Okay, 1 second. When I'm on A, for example, right? And there's a mid player, and then they're on B as well. There's like 2B or 1B, whatever. And they call B, B, B. And then let's say 3 start leaning B. Mid is open, right? I immediately tell them, guys, mid is open. Be careful. Is that setting myself up or my teammates? It's setting them up so they don't not die. They can die. I'm not fully stopping them from dying, but it's so that they can be aware that, wait, there could be some threats. And my language is very important. Could be. It's not for sure. If it was for sure, I'd be like, he's mid, behind you. Right? And so you
Yeah.
gotta always think about possibilities with the minimap awareness, overall awareness, and being vigilant. It's not always about knowing, feeling, okay, he was here, so now he could be. It's not. You got to be vigilant as well. I saw nobody mid, absolutely heard nothing, but I'm gonna tell them, guys, be careful mid. Watch behind you. Be careful A. Sometimes I'll be on B, and the A guy's starting to rotate. I'm like, nothing B, stay A. And then he stays A. They start coming out A. He kills 2 people. I set him up. He would have left and gave up the site for free. But by being aware, by being a little bit vigilant, proactive, and thinking thought processes, I'm setting them up, right? And that's the type of influence I need you to think about, try to apply, and develop moving forward. If you do, you'll be a really, really, really good player. Okay. Any questions or anything?
No, not that I know.
Okay. A couple notes, not as crazy. I feel like even in this game, we touched on a lot of stuff from the first game, right? So wait, what the hell is this? I don't think I've ever seen that before.
My ultimate is ready.
So we'll just kind of briefly go through these notes.
My
Oh
ultimate
fuck.
is ready.
Press on give action. So the first note is we'd like her to play mid area more. We talked about that. I'm starting to notice you have autopilot disease. Okay, I'll call it a disease. Okay, or I should say syndrome. It's not a disease. It's you have autopilot syndrome, and this is 99% of people. I used to have it too. I still do sometimes. Very rarely though. I can snap myself out of it. Oh fuck, I'm on autopilot. Okay, I gotta go mid. Like I'm like running and like I'm like maybe looking at chat or whatever, like talking. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta go mid. I just snap out of it. Okay, I know where I need to go. And so you need to catch yourself too, because you know how you kept going A. I'm like, bruh, I just told you to go mid and play near there most of the time, right? And then you're like, oh yeah, I'm kind of autopilot. You kind of snapped yourself out of it after I told you, but you need to catch yourself because you don't have as much value here than you do here. Okay. Oh wait, let me do this real quick. Also, by me saying play mid doesn't mean you always have, and I'm not saying you did, I'm just saying for future reference, you don't always have to sit here, you don't always have to sit back here, jiggling it every single time. Because remember, let's go back to what we talked about. If you do this and stay here most of the time, here and here only, what will the enemies know?
Wait, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh,
Sorry.
shit, fuck, sorry. Oops.
You're good.
So, if by me telling you know how I was like play mid, but when I told you to play mid, you're pretty much only playing not too many spots. You're playing here, here. And if you were only really doing that out of the 12 rounds, okay, 3 spots out of 12 rounds, like what can they know? We talked about this on Haven.
You're always on left side.
Right. Our left, their right, right? They will know generally. They may even pick up on that. Good players will. Not this elo. High, a little bit higher. They may not even need to clear this. Like, wait, Omen's always here. And they just swing this. Because that's what I do. Because I start picking up on this stuff. And you need to start thinking about this too. And so what I mean is, don't just start in the same spot. Even though I told you stay mid and there's not many spots. Switch it up. Okay, this round I'm going to walk down and play here. Okay, the next round I'm going to play market. And just info peek. Okay, the next round I'm going to set pizza and off angle and hold and see. Okay, the next round I'm going to walk down. Maybe 2 rounds I'll walk down to see or whatever. Yeah, I'm just going to give you very, not specific examples. Just to explain that it's okay to switch it up. To randomize. It's like throwing a dice. Imagine if you always landed on 6 and you were playing for money and the highest number wins. Would they play with you?
No.
No, and that's just like a simple example in terms of tendencies and frequencies, like them knowing what will happen or where you are. Okay, so that's what I mean. It's like randomized. It's like you throwing dice and be like, okay, this round, I kind of want to go over here. Okay, next round, I'm going to go up here. All right, the round after, I'll go over here. Okay, the next round, I'll walk down. The next round, I'll play really safe, like this. And obviously, there's factors that help you make these decisions. For example, if they're a team that heavily play mid and run it down mid, are we gonna play in these corners?
No.
In my eyes, in my opinion, not really, because the chances of you getting all three is very low. You may kill one or two, but you're still gonna die. And as a smokes, is that important to be alive or to be dead?
Be alive.
To be alive, because there's you need to constantly be rethrowing smokes when they're coming in for the retake to deter them from space, stuff like that. Okay, so there's some things that will kind of help you make those decisions. If they're running down, you're not never gonna really play up close. You may play pizza or market, but generally you'll probably play here if they're very aggressive mid. If they're super passive, nobody plays mid ever. They don't even peek tiles or top mid. Easy. You pick that up after 3 rounds. It should take you 3 rounds. You should be like, I'm walking down. I know that they don't like to play it. I'm gonna abuse them. And then let's say they start correcting it because you got away with it 3 times in a row, or 3 out of 5 rounds, maybe not in a row, but 3 out of 5 times, whether that's switched up or whatever, back to back. They will come to find an answer, right? They'll wait for you because they know you are doing it now. And then you simply tell them, oops, I know you're looking for me now. I'm going to be a step ahead and I'm not going to take space. I'm going to big brain you. I'm going to play chess. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So switch it up, play in different areas, get creative. This is what I push on all my students for some reason, and a lot of the times they don't do it. They don't want to use their fucking brain. And I'm not saying you, them. Most people just, I'm like, be creative. Think of new ideas. Just use your game sense, your intuition, your instincts. Just figure something out. Try it. If it's not, being creative, just try something, whether it works or not. You'll build upon if it was bad or good. But a lot of people don't. And that's where creativity will come in, where you just randomize what you want to do and go and throwing them off. Never letting the enemies know where you are or how you play. This is really important. Okay, if you watch the interview, I asked Daniel, his name's Daniel. Okay, he's the Radiant guy. And I asked him, and this specific thing I just talked to you about. I said, do you think this is important? And you know what he said? He said, that is the skill that separates a pro to a Radiant player. And I said, really? That's actually really interesting to me, because I thought it was a skill that separates a Mortal to a Mortal 3 or a Mortal to Ascendant 3. But he says that skill alone, by switching up, thinking how they play and that type of stuff, separates pros to Radiants. Think about how far this skills and this line of thinking of playing chess, never letting them know where you are, knowing where they're going to be, expecting them because of what you've seen and stored. Right? It's very simple in concept, but in practice, it's very hard. That's the problem with a lot of these Valorant things. That's why people are stuck forever and struggle. It's because in concept, in theory, all of these stuff that people learn mechanically, fundamentally, conceptually, it's very easy. On paper, it sounds and people understand it. Like, yep, I get it, makes sense. But in practice, it's really hard. People cannot execute these thought processes, this creativity part. You need to fly, okay? You need to kind of be a butterfly. You're like a caterpillar. You gotta get out your comfort zone. Think about these things. And if you do, I can guarantee you will climb and hit your goals and be better than people, better than the average person. Because you're in the average elo, right? Average elo is gold, plat. So objectively, you are average, okay? But subjectively, you might feel like, oh, wait, I'm better than these guys, or you know it, or I know, whatever, right? But try to think about these things and incorporate it, right? So I tell my students all the time, it's one thing to know, it's another to apply. That's the hardest part that people have problems with, struggle with, don't do overall. They don't apply, right? And I'll be a little bit brutally honest here. I'm not trying to bash you or anything. after that first game, we went through all that information and concepts. You should have been immediately applying that to your game. And I'm not saying that you don't or you're bad or whatever. I'm just saying you need to have that mindset of, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because every time I ask you, does it make sense? And that's why I asked, does it make sense? And you're like, yes. If it does, that second part is needed. You must apply it to your game, think about it, and have a presence of mind where you do it. That's the definition of presence of mind. Being present in your mind, controlling your mind enough to being like, wait, I learned something, I'm going to use it and do it, whether the result is bad or good. Okay, so that's that. We'll move on. I just kind of wanted to talk about it because more in depth, because I can smell it off you a little bit that it's uncomfortable. Maybe you're on extreme autopilot where you don't even think about it, or you don't think about it enough. This stuff needs to be running a lot, with switching it up and, you know, randomizing, making sure the enemies don't know where you are, right? Stuff like that. Okay. Any questions with this?
No.
Okay, that's that. Let's move on. The next thing is when smoke is down, hold it. No need to jiggle, right? You're jiggling the mid smoke. We'll break it down a little bit. Won't do too much. This, and I'm drawing a rainbow right now with my hands. Everybody in the stream is watching me draw a rainbow with my hands in the air. This piece of utility, this concept of smokes, this is what it's for. So that way we don't need to jiggle off angle. Jiggle, 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 off angle. Throw smoke down. Be confident. Use what I taught you. Okay, which is what? Hold in the middle or the sides?
Cover going out.
The sides.
Right. Throw your smokes down. Can be out in the open. These are the times you can be out in the open because you have cover. You have cover. Be here. Give it a little love tap if you feel like they're in there or you know you heard them. Okay. To deter them or try to kill them. Okay. But always hold like this. I'm always holding smokes like this. Okay. And there will be times where I'll throw that smoke. And I don't know which side he is. Right? So I hold here. And then I just briefly do this. So that way my mind, my body knows this distance. I've memorized it within this second. So if he comes that way, have already measured it with my hand and brain. Does that make sense? So,
yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of people hold middle is because they don't know. They're like, oh my god, and they're like, okay, I'm just gonna be here and I'll just flick them. You're never gonna win that fight against good players. You're gonna die every time. So hold here, okay, and then just measure it quickly while you're holding and just waiting. There's nothing happening. Okay, and then if he peeks, you'll be ready. Okay, and if he doesn't, you're already automatically ready. He's just dead because he's gonna come out this side. Does that make sense? So that's something I would like you to start incorporating. You kind of, oh, actually you didn't. You sprayed this smoke after I told you, but at least you were holding it. You're kind of like holding it, so like that was good. Just hold the sides, give it some love taps, especially when they play fast, right? What do they do when they play fast? They're just gonna fucking start running. Ah! And one guy will be here like this. At the higher levels, and they'll be like 3, 2, 1, and they'll come out the smoke swinging each other to trade behind each other. Okay, but if you're ahead of that, and there's some times they play fast, smoke goes down, and I just go like this, and I get a kill. They just run into my bullets because they're bad. They're not waiting for it, and sometimes I'll listen too. I'll be like here, like close up, and then I can hear the guy running across the line, and I'll spray here and I'll kill him. Okay, this is your friend. This is your best friend on defense. Okay, and I think it's underutilized in the whole community of spraying. People don't really spray smokes because they're, oh my god, they'll know where I am. Doesn't matter. Okay, maybe Vandal, but still, just give them, and don't stand still with Vandal. That's one thing I'll say. Don't just be like, ah, move around because they can see your bullets, so they'll counter shoot you. Phantom, different story. You can just AFK, they won't know where you are. But Vandal, you have to be a little bit cautious of what you are showing them, right? Because they're gonna see where the bullets are coming from. Okay, so that's that. Any questions?
No.
Okay, so hold it when it's smoked. When you are holding it, hold one side. If you feel like you don't know, measure it just so you have that movement down, how far you need to flick, whatever, and then you got it from there. Okay, And then also if they're playing it fast or walking up a lot behind smokes, you've identified that, give that the taps. Okay, stuff like that. Okay, let's move on. Next thing is swing walls slash corners a bit better. So this happened on, I'm trying to remember. Swing. Oh, this happened here. Remember this play? I got excited because I was like, it's such a good play, but you kind of fucked it up because you kind of rounded the corner like this. You need to be here, okay? And also, I believe that the flash would be better here because you're gonna look. What can we get?
All of main.
All of main. It goes all the way back here. If they're not back there, they're fucking blind. But what about here? What areas are not blind even if we throw right here?
Orbing probably.
Orb, the cubby, a lot of A main. Look at that. What is that, like 60%? Right? It's easily for them to just run away too and still be in the same area to be able to have space and go up quicker. But if they're back spawn, like it's like a 6 seconds instead of like, you know, maybe 2 seconds of distance, right? And then also imagine if you threw this flash and this guy's just here and he's already here, like he's safe, right? So I think that flash would be better, and then you let the waylay peek. But whatever, you played it like this, it's fine. I think even like this is fine at this level. Throw it. What's the difference here from swinging like this, or maybe like that, to like rounding it like this? It's a big difference. You save time, you pre-aim, and you can just kind of have really good movement instead of being like caught in the W key. That's what you're getting caught in. Like, oh, and then you're dead at that point. Okay, and this is a general thing I've been teaching a lot of students. I'll talk to you as well. Whenever you are swinging a corner, always be horizontal movement. Don't ever go like this W key. I'm pressing W only to round this corner. Okay, don't ever press W around corners or areas of the site map where there's going to be a lot of angles where they're going to hold that corner or whatever. Okay, always swing horizontally. Okay, or if you don't want to do it like that, you can slice the pie. Be really vigilant, cautious, safe, diligent with your angles. Okay, but if you don't, you should always be peeking like this, unless you know this guy is here. Then you're never peeking like that. You're gonna be probably like slicing the pie like that. Okay, but in this instance, I would have liked you to just set yourself up like this, throw the flash, and then just swing. Okay, so that's that. Any questions?
No.
A little bit of a movement thing there. And then also, I'm just gonna give you some knowledge where when you're closer to the wall and you swing, you're actually harder to hit. You know that, right? Because of how this game is, there's more speed and being close to a wall than you swinging from. I'm not saying you did this, but I'm just giving you like a future reference thing where if you want to be fast and harder to kill, you always come close to the wall. Far away, they're always gonna see your shoulder first, right? The angle is it's just the way the Valorant works. The angle, they can actually see you before you can see them. So always keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you did one or the other. That's that. Okay, let's move on. The next thing is, okay, I think this one is a big, not a problem, but something you need to work on extensively, and this is really easy to do. Once you do, you'll be elite. Look at the mini map more. There are times where you don't know, where I do. Right? I'm like, yo, he's not here, and you flashed here, remember? How did you know? How do you think I knew that?
Minimap.
Minimap. I saw on the minimap they were here, outside of tiles, and they were. Remember, you peeked here, and this guy was here, and they were shooting at you, and you didn't peek it anymore, and then you backed up, and there was a 2v4, and I told you go away. Remember that round? Like, I got that information or even a decision to make off the minimap. The minimap, I've said this a lot lately. I think at the time you got your coaching, I don't think I've ever said this, but your minimap will give you solutions. Okay? And I know you might be like, oh, what does that mean? By you understanding where everybody is or what's happening on a part of the map, you will know what to do. For example, if you saw 3 on the minimap, you weren't peeking it, your buddy, bottom mid, saw it, 3 people, what are your options? And you saw that, you knew 3 mid, guys. Hello? Oh, she's muted. You are muted. Bang, bang.
Oh crap!
No,
Sorry.
it's okay.
Could you
Sorry.
repeat that? Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
probably.
I was just saying, if we had information, like we picked up 3 people mid, right? And you didn't peek, but your teammate bottom mid saw that. Like, what can you do off that information?
She's watching clips right now.
What'd you say, sir? I'll just tell you. Okay, I don't know if you're listening, but
Yeah, sorry. This.
no,
person
you're
right
good.
now.
You're good. So if you see 3 there off minimap, it's easy. You can kind of understand that their pathing can only be bottom mid or here because they have to move forward. They're not gonna go back top mid sometimes, occasionally, but they're gonna go mid or cat. And so what other decision or things we can do is we can fight it, we can play, we can come in this corner, talk, we can do a flash play, be aggressive, meet them out here, put a smoke down, be in the smoke. We can just give it up completely and play over here and let them come in tree, stuff like that. Okay, the minimap will give you a lot of solutions and answers on what to do. Okay, because it's shmoney, like we talked about. It's money. Taking space isn't the only way to get shmoney, to get money and information. Okay, it's minimap, hearing. Okay, there's a lot involved. Seeing what utilities being thrown. If you see a raise nade, fade suck, fade eye, plus a KO knife, neon wall, you know there's 4 mid. There's 4 different agents, right? So there's a lot of ways of getting information, but the easiest top 2 way of getting information, top 3, is the minimap. You'll get information. You'll know where they are. You'll generally know where they can go. Okay, and then you can find more answers and adjustments to that in the middle of the round instantly. Okay, so this is something I would like you to start focusing on. And I'm not saying lick your minimap. You fucking staring at your minimap AFK and not looking at it POV. But I'll be honest, that's what I do. When there isn't too much happening around me, I am fucking eyes glued to the minimap. And then as soon as there's contact noise or I see on the minimap somebody's gonna come cat, I let off. And then there'll be times I'm holding and I still look at the minimap just in case. And so this is something I would like you to start focusing on, thinking about, and applying. That's the most important. Okay, you like stare at the minimap. I'm pointing at my minimap, but can't see. But look, feed yourself info from the minimap, so that way you can feed your team as well and start making decisions, solutions, plays. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you. I noticed that a little bit where that happened 3 times where I picked up on something but you didn't, and that's the difference from you winning the round or at least having a really good chance to, or you just kind of having no impact. Okay, you got to be really hypersensitive to the minimap and your POV both. Okay, so that's that. Any questions or anything like that?
Down the way there.
Okay, so that's all the notes I had for this game. Because the other notes, like the other stuff, we were talking about it and worked on it. I don't want to deep dive too much. It's been quite a while. It's already been like I think 3 hours, but that's that. So we'll just briefly talk about your training. So what are you doing now for training and stuff like that?
I usually do a bunch of like aim stuff, but not much for game sense or anything.
Are you still are you doing a playlist on Aim Labs or Kovacs? Is that a no?
No.
Okay. So are you doing range routine?
Yeah, the one that you gave me last
Okay,
time.
good. So stay on that. Add the intensity. Make it like more like force yourself to go faster, more precise. Um, Add a little bit more duration if you can. I understand everybody's got work and stuff, so different story. But that's that. And then so you're doing no aim training, right? What we'll do.
No, I am.
Oh, you are. What are you doing? Aim
Yeah,
labs?
yeah.
Are you doing the playlist I gave you or no?
Um, I don't think you gave me a
Okay.
playlist, but I
So
usually do like
let me
grid
do it.
shot and tracking and
Yeah, okay,
stuff.
okay. So yeah, let me give you like this is like the playlist I made where it helped me get to Immortal 1 the first time in episode 3, 4. Okay. So I will give you that. But okay, I'll give you the Kovacs like if you start like really climbing and stuff like that because I don't think I mean you could too, but I think it's better if I just start you off with the same laps. So I'm gonna give it to you in your messages. I sent it to you. Okay. Each the whole playlist, if you do each exercise 3 times, should take you like 40 to 50 minutes. It's quite extensive. But if you stay on top of it every day, force yourself to be more precise, get higher scores. Always try to reach for high score or higher, because that means you're somewhat improving in that. Um, you will see a lot of results with mechanically. But I'll be honest, I don't even think your mechanics is the issue. Okay, and I've had this conversation with Daniel yesterday too, and we both agreed that mechanics is actually comes second to game sense. It's there in the VOD, but um, what you really need to focus on, and this is kind of some of it I got from him because I was like, oh, that's really interesting. He's a Radiant player, and it was what separates people the most to him. What he said was decision making, information processing speed, making good decisions and quickly. I'm not saying a 1 second, milliseconds. Okay, and trust me, you can develop this too. I was never a fast thinker. I was really brain dead. Okay, I'm one guy that should not be in this position to coach people. I was terrible at this game. Okay, but I built it. I worked on it. I thought about it. I visualized it. I wanted to get faster. I pushed myself to think faster, to act faster, to call faster, to see faster. It starts there. That's a baseline. Then you build it up by making mistakes, playing a lot, stuff like that. Okay, but that's what he said. It's really decision making that makes you an immortal player, like really solid decision making and speed that makes immortal players, immortal 3 radiant player, pro players, and then also positioning, not being out in the open, being vigilant, accounting for space, managing it, being aggressive, taking it, eating it up, giving it up when you need to, stuff like that. Okay, so that's what I'd like you to focus on. Your positioning and decision making. Try to make good decisions, and I can help you to make good decisions or get better at decision making. It's very simple. Look at the minimap, be critical of the mistakes or rounds you lost, and visualize what could have gone right, what you should have done, what would have been better, stuff like that. It's not really in definitive. It's like, yeah, this is 100% better play. You gotta talk in like, okay, I think this could have been a little bit better. Okay, this was late. This was too slow. This was too early. Okay, I was too impatient. I ego peaked. Whatever. It's endless. The list is endless. Okay, but those are the things I would like you to focus on. Information processing, decision making, positioning. Mechanical comes last. Okay, because I think you have good aim. I'm not even just saying that bullshitting to you. Okay, bro, a lot of your shots, you're one tapping them, flicking them. I don't think it's your mechanics. It's what's in your mind. Okay, and there's also a mental side too, not just game sense for you specifically. Get a little bit timid. You don't want to take risk. You get scared. You're not thinking about what the enemies are thinking about. And I know I'm putting a lot on you to think about at the same time in a game, in a round. But that's even what Daniel said. That's what I say a lot before that interview. I'm just reiterating what a Radiant player said. Because I'm not a Radiant. I mean, people might not respect what I say. But he agreed with what we talked about. What I told him that I coach and the stuff I teach. So start thinking about your all the stuff I kind of told you, and these notes as well. I'll send you these notes so that way you will not, be left empty-handed on what to improve, stuff like that. All this stuff I told you, if you get this stuff like really solid, work on it, you'll be a different player. You'll be so like confident in your play, and it will show. People will be like, "Whoa, what the fuck? That was crazy. How did you think about this, that, blah, 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 this?" Okay, and then also I will give you the VOD. Just give me a day or two. I gotta put it together because it's separated. I had to restart, right? So that's a little bit unfortunate. I'll put it together tonight, and then I'll put it in one video, and then I'll send it to you. But that's that. Any questions or anything like that?
No, I think hit it all.
Okay. And remember this. Okay? This is really important. I'll ask it in a question. Do you have a goal?
Yes.
You have a goal. And we'll redetermine that goal, even though we did a long time ago. Because it may have changed. What is your goal? What is it you want?
For the time being, Ascendant.
Sure. Do you still want to be a collegiate player or no? Like a good one?
Yeah.
Sure. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
gotta add that on too. You want to be because that's a different ball game. Being ascendant and a collegiate player is completely different. Okay? It
Yeah.
requires way more. And so what I'm trying to say is don't ever forget about your goals. You gotta see yourself there. See yourself Ascendant 3, Immortal, Radiant. You visualizing yourself looking at the screen with a Radiant symbol, Immortal symbol, Ascendant symbol. You visualizing yourself in C League, winning, dropping 30, leading your team to victory by understanding the game. It's really important. Why? And it may be a little subjective, but it's objective too, I guess. But why I say that is because you will improve quicker. That's the thing. People don't want to improve or put that extra work or thought process or do things that are gonna help them excel. And so you gotta start thinking about, this is my goal. What does it take to get this goal? I know I can get there because I visualized it. And so then you got to start putting that extra work, the mind work, the game sense, the mechanical. All these skills are not separated and rated individually. You are rated as a whole player. If your mechanics are bad and your game sense is good, they will call you a bad player. All of these things need to, and vice versa. They'll just be, oh, this guy's all aim, no brain. Oh, he's all brain, no aim. You need to be a complete package. Okay? And so, a lot of the stuff we talked about today is the package. It's just whether you are willing to apply the knowledge into your game for your goal. That's where it always comes back to. Your goal. Because if you didn't have a goal, you didn't want to do it, don't care, what the fuck's the point? Might as well just play for fun. But you're here because you want to get good. You want to improve. You want to get to your goal. And so you got to start thinking about a lot of the stuff that we talked about today and stuff like that. Okay, I'll leave it there. And you get to make it how you want it. That's the beauty of gaming, life, sports. Those that take the most accountability will succeed the most because they're constantly improving. Also, sorry, one last thing before you go. I asked Daniel, I said, how did you, so he told me in the interview, he said, man, like I was stuck Immortal 3 for 6 episodes. That's like 2 years. He was stuck. He felt like quitting. He felt like giving up before he went tier 2 pro. And he said that people will kind of not focus on, like progress is different for everybody, but you got to kind of work on your mind to get through these walls. Because if you don't, you'll stay there forever. And I really agreed with him. I'm like, yes. That's why people are stuck for 4 years. It's because they don't work on their brain. Aim. Everything. Decision making. Taking space. The concepts. Everything. Fundamentals. How angles work. Maps. Sights. Okay, so that's something I'd like you to kind of think about as well. But that's that, okay? Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, that's that. If you have any questions, you know where I am. Anytime, right? Just ask away. I always tell my students, ask. Okay, there's that quote, you know, a fool asks a question in the moment, but a bigger fool never asks questions. You're gonna look stupid when you ask a question, but that's how I got good too. I asked people. I would go to Radiant streams and ask, oh, this, even though he's like, what the fuck? That's so simple. But I didn't know. That's why I'm asking, so that I can improve my mind, my skills through knowledge that other people have acquired. And so you need to start asking not only yourself these questions, like, oh fuck, was this bad? Being critical, like, oh man, okay, I needed to do this. You need to ask other people as well, not me, better players, streamers, whatever. Okay, and I'm being really honest. That's how you'll really, really, really get good quickly. Daniel said he fucking VOD reviewed himself for 2 years, every day. Like, people don't do that. He took full accountability for his action because he said, this is my goal. I wanted to be pro, and I felt like if I didn't do it, I'm lying to myself. I'm a piece of shit. That's what he said in the interview. And I said, good, I agree. I'm the same way, but I failed. He succeeded, I failed. We're on the opposite spectrum. Okay? So that's that. Anyways, that's that. Okay? Really good session today. Focus on your game sense, positioning, decision making, and having no fear. Aggressive. Okay? Never let off the gas in that mental aspect there. Alright? And then and then always remember your goals. Okay? Good job today. If you need help, let me know. Alright? Good job, Moxie. Good luck.
Thank you.
Win your games. Bye bye.
See ya.
Later.